Peace, peace, peace.
Peace, bro. Yeah, I was gonna try and move my laptop to the room.
Yeah. Yes,
and,
ma'am.
and I accidentally turned the camera on. So
I'll wait. You don't know.
Nah, I said come in.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna move it to my room real quick. But so how's everything going so far?
Going great.
Who's she?
That's nice.
Hi, Nights.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you, love?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Precious. Okay. I'm his mommy. Just wanted to
Yeah.
speak.
Yeah, you met her before.
I say mommy, but he's my oldest son. He's
You
my
met her
son.
before.
Hello, that's my son. Yeah.
You
I
met
don't
her.
want to say mommy,
You met her before.
but I am. You are my mommy. Okay. Just say hello, darling.
Yeah.
Well, you are mommy, so that's what it
Okay.
is.
Thank you, baby. Okay, mommy.
That's
Okay.
right. Nice to meet you. Maybe
It's
one
nice
day
to
we
meet
could get you
It's
on
nice
the
to
live
meet
stream and you tell us about the rent parties y'all used to have in Harlem to show where the unity, how strong unity was at one point.
Oh my God! A
Yeah.
ring party. We used to have those in the city, baby. And
That's
people
right.
we would get together. Girl, you don't know nothing. We would get together and have rent parties and we would fry food, fish and stuff, and the friends would come and buy it. And then
That's
you
right.
could pay. Girl.
So when you gonna come on and tell us about the good old days?
Man, I've been trying to get her on the podcast for years.
Girl.
The last time I had her on the podcast, she was doing a rampage on
She's
Maury.
pretty.
She was doing
That's
a
good.
rampage on Maury.
Well, tomorrow we gonna put you on. We ain't gonna wait no time. Tomorrow is set.
We'll see, baby. Love you.
Love you too.
She's so pretty. But
Hold on, one second.
This my
Hold on
tugger.
one second. That's your baby, right?
This my tugger booby stoogie food. Okay. Okay, baby. Okay, baby.
Yeah, I'm at my mom's house. I was doing something for them this morning, so I figured I'd do it. I figured I'd go ahead and use it. I go ahead and use the internet to do this since I was over here.
Hold on one second.
Oh no, you good?
I didn't know if he was talking to me or not.
Oh no, I'm just talking in general.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna come in my room so I can have. Can you hear me clear?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Yeah.
Oh, shit, my head. Oh shit, that's my item.
Okay. Were you able to link your channels, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Trying to figure out what I did with my lighter.
You did that last night, right?
What? Lose my lighter?
Yeah, you linked your channels in.
Yeah. Oh, what the heck did I do with my lighter?
Yeah, I was sitting there waiting. I said, well, I'll wait till he sent me a message before I, log in and wait in the studio. Because a lot of times I just be in the studio waiting while the guest is getting their stuff together. And I was like, instead of me doing that, I'll just wait till you say, hey, I'm ready. And then I'll come in.
Yeah, I feel you.
You didn't do it. So I'm like, okay. That's why I don't like logging in, because sometimes they don't show up, you know?
Yeah, I feel you. Well, hell, I was sitting in the background chilling.
Right. You was in backstage where you were.
Yeah, backstage, not background. I keep saying background, it's backstage.
Oh, I didn't know. Sorry about that.
Oh no, it's all good.
I should have said to you, let me know, once you get backstage or whatever.
Yeah.
Because then I would have just been looking out for it.
It's right. It gotta be right here in my face.
What you looking for?
A lighter.
Wow.
Yeah, screw it. All right, let's get to it.
Yeah, so I don't know if you know that person that's on the stream. I mean, that's in the chat. I'm not familiar with their name. I guess that's somebody you invited, right?
Hold on, I can't see him. Let me see. How do I get to the chat? How do I get to Jones thing? No, that's the studio. That's in the studio. Oh, him right there?
It says comment. Yeah.
Oh crap. I don't recognize the name, but welcome to the channel.
Right. Welcome to Real Radio Talk. The real voice in radio. We have Lidge on the line. And he was speaking to me yesterday about Shashamane land. Like, what happened? The whole mission and the whole purpose of it never manifested. It never morphed into what Haile Selassie wanted it to morph into. And there's and I think that there's a reason why. Many reasons why, but you know.
Facts.
We can talk about that.
Drop. Cause really though, I was just kind of me and Congo was just kind of brainstorming about some things, and I brought it to the and I brought this and I brought this kind of a what if scenario, kind of like how the Boondocks did if Martin Luther King went into a coma instead of actually dying. It's kind of like one of those scenarios.
Right.
What if we in the West, the diaspora's Africans, what if we actually would have done what Selassie asked of us? We actually organized, centralized, no matter what our camps was, no matter we were Rasta or not. Let's say we all was actually organized over here in the West. And then when when he proclaimed Shashamane for us, all of us, not just Rastas, but all of us, professionals. We're talking about professionals because that's the first thing that ruined Shashamane. The fact that only a handful of us went over there and none of us had skills. They went over there just to be there. They were just going to be there. I don't even know if they were trying to gain citizenship. They were just there. They just said, "Bubba, we're in the Holy Land, so this is where we're going to be." No ifs, no ands, no nothing. That's where our first mistakes was. We were supposed to be. We weren't just supposed to go over there and just sit there and just be like novelties to the state. We were supposed to come in as lawyers, doctors, professionals, military branches, technicians, all everyday laborers. Hell, I should have went over there at the time. If I was born around the time, I should have been over there. I'm a damn laborer. I do construction. I know how to do add-ons to houses and stuff like that. I can help build. I can go to a construction site and help out and just join in and help out. Those were the people who were supposed to go to Shashamane. Those were the people, the lawyers, the doctors, professionals, politicians, the ones who were at if we would have had our shit together and we sent those people over there, as well as everyday people who would just go over there and just go and join work. As I said, laborers. Matter of fact, that counts in the whole as laborers. People who do everyday jobs, not just people who do like construction stuff, just heavy lifting, or just cleaning, or people who do cleaning, lawnmower service, farmers, labor workers, laborers, people who get their hands dirty. If we would have went over there and actually tried to blend and actually became part of the Ethiopian society, whether we would have assimilated into the Amhara or just been our own little separate group. The question is, would the Durga have taken over so easily? That is the question that is the first question I want to throw out in this scenario. Remember, this is within the scenario of we had our shit together over here in the West, and we came over to Ethiopia when Shashamane was presented to us, and we came over here as what we were supposed to be. Then the next part is, would we have been able to assimilate into the Amhara, or would we have been ostracized in a sense as some kind of novelty of the state, like basically like we kind of were? Because let's be real, even though Selassie loved us in the West, doesn't necessarily mean the next ruler after him would feel the same way.
Right.
Because Selassie was good for we were good with Selassie was good for making allies. He was good for that. He was real good at centralizing his allies. And even if he had a problem with you with the past, with your family in the past, he would have you marry into his family, or have one of his granddaughters marry into your family as a way of saying, look, we family. You can't be fighting each other. We literally family now. You know what I mean? Selassie was an expert on that. So with us coming over here, let's say we came over as we were supposed to, as professionals, as a united front. Sooner or later, he would have tried to assimilate into the people who we figure as our heads. So like I said, we came over here as a unified unit. That means we have representation. We have a structural body structure. We have a head. We have people of command and next people under them, and then that help us migrate, that help us stay organized. We're an organized front. So most likely Selassie would have tried to, with us coming over in a drove and in a powerful sense that we should have been. Most likely I could see Selassie trying to marry it, intermingle in certain Amhara people with certain higher ups in our hierarchy. You know what I mean? Would that secure us in future endeavors when Selassie is gone? Because even if we do marry, then we're still, to the next person, we're still foreigners. Married in the night, are you just gonna be those? Because you know how royal politics go. If just because they're accepted into like court life, people still gonna talk behind their back. People still gonna form alliances against you, and still gonna see us just as these foreigners who just came in here. Never mind the fact that most Ethiopian tribes see the Amhara as foreigners as well.
Right.
So with that, these are foreigners bringing in more foreigners. See what I'm saying? And so would that have made it? Would that have either empowered the Durga with the fact that they brought in more people that they would consider foreigners, or would the fact that we came over here made a better difference in defending the crown?
Right.
Those are the 2 points of this scenario. Those are the 2 top questions of this scenario. Ooh, that was a mouthful, wasn't it?
But yeah, exactly. So what do you think is the proper solution?
Like I said, this is a scenario. So I don't really I can see it working, but I can still see it having problems. We come over here, let's say with how Black Americans are. Let's be real. Black Americans, we on some whole other crap. When we fight for something, we fight. We was ready to go to war with Mussolini just because he attacked Selassie. United States just wouldn't let us. They even stopped them from sending aid to Ethiopia. America stopped that in its tracks. We couldn't even send aid to them. And then when they did enter the war, we was only sent to the British. I don't know how many of us. I'm not sure if any of us was able to actually go to Ethiopia and fight. But a lot of us, like the Brit, like if you were in England and America, you were right there. You was right there fighting. You were most likely either fighting in the Pacific or fighting on mainland Europe. You know, trying to keep Britain from trying to protect Britain and trying to help the French get their shit back. So with the fact that we were so willing to fight, I have no doubt that we would have helped put up a better fight. Because as soon as we hear that this uprising was against the king, if we would have came over there in a more organized front and had the numbers, and we were all rallying for Selassie and had the numbers behind it, yeah, we probably would have. That was a different beat. That was a different beast. That was a different beast of black man we had in the 30s. That was a whole different beast of black man. We were dealing with racism and hardship. Everything you had to do, most of us had to get it out the ground itself. This won't know you got a good job. This won't during a time where you were lucky to get a good job and then everything fortunate. No, everything was labor accentuated. If you wanted to get up, the fastest way to get up making money was through labor. So this was a physically and mentally different black man. So yes, these people. So yes, I felt like we probably would have put up a good fight against the dirt. I'm not saying that Jamaicans and every other ones wouldn't have fought harder, because that was a different. Think about it. These were the Maroons. These are ancestors of the Maroons and shit like that. Jamaicans would have went over there and caught hell. These were ones who were, and look at the Haitians. These are ones who were direct descendants of the one who literally fought and got their independence in Haiti. You know what I'm saying?
The Haitians don't play. They are the war gods of the Caribbean. They are the war gods of the world, if you ask me. You understand what I'm saying? Because they don't retreat.
For real.
You understand what I'm saying?
For real. And then never mind, look at us in the South in America. You had the Blackfoot Indians. They were black. They were black and natives, but most of them looked just like us. You had us Gully Geechees. Hell, we were warring like hell in the South. Man,
exactly.
It was too late. Yeah, we were direct descendants. Those 1930s blacks were direct descendants of those people that willing to go and fight for in a country we barely knew anything about. All we knew is we black, they black, we want to go fight for the black man. That's all we knew, and we was ready to go put our lives on the line for that shit. That 1930s black man was a completely different beast. Yes, if those people if we would have been organized from those blacks and stayed organized and kept that same militancy that kept us going all the way up to the civil rights movement. Yes, that black man would have gave the Durga hell. That Western black man, that diasporous black man would have gave the Durga hell.
Right.
However, when all said and done and Selassie is gone, how would us as the diasporas, or how would we have fended after Selassie was gone? I figured we'd catch the most hell when Selassie was gone. Everything will be good as long as the crown is in power and everything's good. But when Selassie's gone, what would his next heir? How would they see us? Because not every Amhara was okay with slavery being abolished.
Right.
These won't just other tribes that won't have you with slavery being abolished. There were Amhara who wanted slavery. Amhara had were part of the biggest slave trade. They benefited the most from the shit. Some of the Amhara was big slave traders. They were not happy about that shit. And the thing is, there's another point, and this may be for a whole nother video when it comes to like Selassie. Because in another video, I would like to post the fact that Selassie's story not only teaches us that we really can't trust these Europeans, but it also shows that the mainland African does not fully understand the beast, what is racism. This is a sidebar right quick. this is a quick sidebar. I want to get this out. Selassie's story with the League of Nations is a prime example of them not truly understanding what Africans on the mainland not truly understanding the beast racism is. Because think about the fact where Selassie was going to all these schools in Europe. He was high in scholarship when it came to academics. He was high in scholarship. We see when he come over to America how they give him all these academic awards because of his achievements. He's been to schools and he attended schools in England and Europe and stuff like that. Because he also encouraged others to go out there and learn from these schools. Don't have a limitation to your education. Go to these different schools. Go outside the country. Bring what you learn. Take what you learn and bring it back. When you have a status of like that, and you go to school in England like that, you don't really have, and you have in coming with the status, because you going to school with other dukes and dignitaries and people of status and all that shit with names, with titles and names and stuff. And the fact that you're coming from royalty, like straight royalty, you're not just a cousin of a duke, you're direct royalty. You're in line to the throne. You outrank most of your peers in status.
Right. Looks like the guest is having some mic issues. Give them a few minutes to come back in.
My bad, Pops needed help move. All right, now where was I? Oh yeah, with the fact that Selassie would outrank most of his peers in status and shit. He outranked most of his peers. So, and in England, there was no segregation. There wasn't no segregation in most European settings. Sure, there was there was racism, especially in Britain. There was racism. There was a lot of racism that was like underlying racism and stuff like that. There was a lot of that shit. Not to the same degree as us over here, but there was underlying racism over there. But they didn't have to go through segregation. And when you're of a higher status than most of your peers who are cousins of dukes and duchesses and all that stuff, and you outrank those people, you're not gonna face any racism. Hell no, because they gotta bow to you. They gotta bow to you in status. Right. England understood status, so it didn't matter what about your race and all that shit. Because if you had status, that shit was all that. Your race trumped all that. Even in America, if your status was high enough, racism barely touched you. I ain't saying it didn't, but they take you places where white people will be a little more on their cues and stuff. I mean, look at our most famous singers and stuff like that back in the 30s and stuff and stuff like that. Our famous jazz singers who got recorded and then they go places and stuff like that. They didn't have. There was certain Ray Charles in certain degrees. Ray Charles, the fact that Ray Charles Ray Charles had the ability to break that color barrier because all he had to do was just say no, we ain't gonna segregate, we ain't gonna keep the group segregated no more. When you have that, look at Sam Cooke. Sam Cooke could break the color barrier like hell. Sam Cooke broke the color barrier like a motherfucker because his status made all that shit go out the window. His status, that is black excellence. We talk about Beyonce and Jay-Z. No, Sam Cooke was black excellence. Damn that shit. We truly don't understand the beast that Sam Cooke was. But I'm getting too far off topic.
Well, you can give people an idea of who he is, because I'm sure a lot of people just heard that name for the first time.
Oh, Sam Cooke.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, all right. All right, most of our viewers, you want to get a good idea of the look at this movie called what it's a movie where what's that movie where Malcolm X, Sam Cooke, the football player, and Muhammad Ali meet in a hotel after he beat Sonny Liston. Something in a Miami hotel or something like that, or damn. Hold on. I got my phone. I'm gonna look that shit up right quick. That's a good example of understanding.
Of him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna share the screen.
Yeah.
So people can see what he looked like. So that's Sam Cooke right there.
Yeah. Powerful brother, man. He opened so many doors in the music industry. When it came to a point where if you let's say you made a song. You made a song and you recorded it with Sam Cooke. All right. He owns the right to your song. He giving you the money, he giving you exposure and all that stuff. It's your song. Now, some white producer wants to buy the song for another artist. Because they don't want no black person, they don't want no black face on this song, but they like the song, but they want it for a white singer. Sam will sing them the song, Sam will sell them the song, and you will live the rest of your life on royalties. Every time that white man sells one record, he gotta pay you first.
That's not what you mean.
For real, that was the beauty. Sam was the king of royalties, and he made sure that white man had to pay him. Sure, you take fine. Go ahead and claim my music. You got it like it's yours all you want to. You gotta pay me though. You gotta pay me for every record, every time that song, every time somebody on air even hum that song. You gotta pay me. They even talk about the song. You gotta pay me. Mention the song. Pay me. Royalties. That's true black excellence. We don't talk about it. During a time when Jews and other people were shitting black people out their music and shit. Sam Cooke came in with ultimate economics. Whoo, bro. What is that movie?
I know he made this song Change Is Gonna Come too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is the movie called let me see. Maybe I can find it.
One Night.
Bring It On Home to Me?
Hotel. No.
Oh, that's a song. Sorry, let me see.
Movie with Sam Cooke, Malcolm X,
I think, right?
Muhammad Ali.
Sam Cooke Legend.
One Night in Miami. That's the name of the movie. One Night in Miami. There you go. You want to get a good impression of Sam. You want to get a good impression of Sam Cooke and how other black people saw him and stuff like that. Like how there's a real good debate between him and Malcolm. It's a real good debate here. Now I don't know if this actually happened. I don't know if this actually happened. I think this is just like this is like somebody's take on it, like if it could have happened or whatnot, or what it have been if they would have hung out with each other. That's a real good part. Jim Brown, that's the football player, Jim Brown.
Okay.
That's the other one. Jim Brown, Sam Cooke, Muhammad Ali, and Malcolm X. This is a real good movie. I watched it 3 times. This was my for a hot minute. This was my favorite movie. I love this movie. This will give you a good. This is Jim Jones break down the excellence of Sam Cooke real easy. Real man. Just watch that. Watch it. Just watch it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna watch it today.
And the dude who
How
played
long
Malcolm,
is it?
And the dude who played Malcolm,
Prime and Tubi.
He played that jump to the key, man. That he made me almost believe he
directed it. Wow.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you know Regina King, right?
Yep.
She directed it. Regina King from 227.
Shoot, that's what's up.
Remember the sitcom 227?
Yeah, I know it best on Friday. At the sister on Friday.
Yeah, Friday, exactly. Okay, so the guy who played Malcolm X, his name is Kingsley Ben here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's who played Malcolm X right here, right?
Mm-hmm. He does a good job. You kind of get the stress of where Malcolm was at that time period, of like his mindset at the time. It's like you can tell, you can see, you can hear the urgency in him. You hear the urgency in his voice and how real how real this shit was. Like y'all gotta watch the movie, man. Just watch this damn movie, bro. God, watch this fucking movie. I love this movie. This was like, and it takes place like right around the time when Malcolm X is about to get killed. He can see the writing is on the wall.
Right. So when you see actors, right, embody the personification of a person that they're acting about, there's a book called The Modern Shaman. So a lot of times when, even if the person that they're acting about passed over already, when you are playing their part in the film, like how you just said that he played Malcolm X real good, Denzel Washington played Malcolm X real good, you know what I mean? That's called the modern shaman, where they actually embody that person that they're playing to the point where it feels like that is the person.
For real though.
You know what I mean?
What's up. Now that's what's up.
Okay, so I guess we can go back to
my fault. I went all the way over there. But yeah.
No, but that's good because it's a good movie for people to go back and watch, and I'm sure this is probably the first time some of them heard of it. And there's always, more education, more information.
Right. But back to the topic. So with that, Selassie didn't have to really deal with so much racism until it came to the League of Nations. Because with the fact that his country was a Christian country, he honestly believed his country would not be, they would not let anyone, he would be protected under the League of Nations rules and all that crap. Not only was he part of the League of Nations, but his country was already a Christian country. There was no need for them to come over here and what was the point of coming over here and invading? And plus, we already had somewhat trade. Mm-hmm. So what was the point? So there was no point. He didn't believe that they would actually let Mussolini attack his country. Then when he realized that, that's when it really hit him that it didn't matter. Your status did not matter. Even your status didn't matter when it came down to it. We white. We white. We don't give a damn about your ass. Let them take the little niggas' country. That's when with that realization came the famous speech at the League of Nations. Because no one can't look at that speech and tell me that speech is not about racism.
Exactly.
You cannot look at that speech and tell me it was not about racism.
Right.
That experience woke Selassie up, and it should have woke a lot of other Africans up too. And tell you the truth, it did. I think that's why the African Union was created, because that stuff, it woke up a lot of people up, that it didn't matter how you dealt with these people, or how you did shit with these people, or what kind of deals you make with these people. They are going to shit you if it benefits them.
Yeah.
And you're not one of them. Shit. Look at Godfather in Harlem. See how Bumpy Johnson was literally like rubbing shoulders with one of the most powerful figures in the mob family. Yet, whenever it was convenient, they was ready to the whole council was ready to turn on him and throw that nigga out there. And if one of them decided to betray him, One of them decided to just say, bump it. We gonna take his crap. The other family members is not gonna do that because it's not good business. They have longer ties with these other mob families than this other member of a mob family who is part of them and part of their society than this random ass nigga who we can easily just replace. You know what I'm saying? Either get down or lay down, and we're not going to interfere because it's gonna fuck up our business. We can't let it fuck up our business. So same, that's exactly what happened with Selassie. Hey man, we couldn't help, but if we go over there, it's gonna fuck up our shit. It's gonna fuck up our shit. It's gonna fuck up any business we had with Italy. Fuck up any kind of peace we had with Hitler over there, because that's Hitler's boy. So if we fuck with him, we gotta fuck with him. That's just bad business. I mean, hell, we just had the Olympics over there, man. We can't be over there causing trouble. We trying to have the Olympics over there. Calm down. You know what? Just go ahead and just take this little nigga shit. Love it, man. I want to have the Olympics over there again. You know, go ahead and do your little shit. Hitler ain't that bad. He killed a few Jews. Jews ain't making us enough money right now. We don't really care. So just kill these niggas in these little Jews over here. We ain't worried about just a little bit of Jews over there. We ain't worried about them. Besides, these ain't our money making Jews in Russia. So we ain't worried about these motherfuckers. Fuck them. So yeah, just take them. And who cares about this little nigga over here? Just fuck them. Fuck him. Let that shit. That's exactly how that shit went. That's when he realized the beast that racism was. That was the eye opener. That's why I say that also opens the eyes to the fact that a lot of mainland Africans do not truly understand the beast that racism is, because a lot of them grow up over there, like Nigeria. No disrespect Nigerians, but y'all know this, even y'all, because y'all kids even telling y'all this now. Y'all grow up over there and y'all think everything the white man gives y'all is gold. This is how shit supposed to be. This is just how shit is. And no other country did that. Every time the British went somewhere, no other country did that shit. The British went over to England. The British went over to England, got territory in England. Guess what they did? Did they start eating beans for breakfast in India? No. Did they start eating bubbling squeak or whatever that nasty British shit they be eating over there? No, they ain't start eating that shit. They ain't start eating that shit in Hong Kong. They ain't start eating that shit in China. There's no British food. There's no cans of gravy. There's no cans of powdered gravy in China or in British. There is no British tea. Well, probably, I don't know. Everybody loves tea, so there's probably British tea over there.
Yeah, they drink a lot of tea in England.
Yeah,
they do drink a lot of tea. The black tea, the great royal tea.
Yeah, so everybody loves tea. So everybody don't have everybody's tea.
And they have the lavender fields, and they have their little botanical stuff going on there.
Yeah, but they didn't. But India and China didn't stop drinking their tea to start drinking British tea on little sauces and cups. No, they didn't stop doing that shit. They didn't stop doing that shit. Not. But look at all these places that was colonized in Africa look at all these places that were colonized by the British. They sipping tea. They have tea time. They have all this shit. They do all the shit that they colonizers did. Then they come over to America. And acting like they just like them proper like the British and all that shit. These niggas are lazy. These niggas are lazy. I don't want to mess with these motherfuckers and all this shit. But yeah, that's how it is. But I'm getting off subject. The point being, mainland Africans don't truly, until they start coming over here and dealing with us, they don't truly understand the beast, what is racism. So that brings us back to the thing with Ethiopian. What brings us back to Ethiopia and the diasporas who are either their own people in Africa after the Derg. Let's say we beat the Derga. Let's say we beat back the Derga. The Derga did not take over control. Selassie is still in power. Now Selassie dies of natural causes. There's no mystery. There's no 6 or 7 funerals. There's no bones in a cave somewhere. There's no man in the mountain that looks suspiciously too much like Selassie. Call Abacadus just sitting up there just chilling. Let's just say he died of his man. But he looks too much like Selassie. But damn, Okay, so let's see. He died.
Remember
He
I
dies
told
of
you
natural
about
causes.
remember the little thing I said about the modern shaman?
Mm-hmm.
Now, when they say that Haile Selassie is up in the mountains of Ethiopia,
Mm-hmm.
he could have transformed his luminous energy field into another whole body.
Could have.
Or that could be his doppelganger.
Well, yeah. Now that I can't agree with. Everybody got a look-alike. Everybody got one
No,
look-alike.
we got about 7 doppelgangers. Not just
damn.
one look-alike. We got about 7 doppelgangers. And they don't have to be the same race.
Damn.
You may find an Indian man that favor your mother. I mean, an Indian woman that favor your mother.
Damn.
Total different
That'd be
races.
trippy. That'd be trippy.
No, seriously.
No, I
Or
believe it.
you may see a Spanish man that favor you. 2 different ethnicities.
Shit, I can believe that. Man, that'd be trippy though to see an Asian me. That'd be funny.
Right.
But yeah,
Battle Beans got done wiping the floor with Invincible.
stop. For you. But shit though, yeah. So let's say boom, Selassie dies of natural causes. He's in his case. He's gone. He's done. We had his funeral. Everything's good. Now, the next person is crowned. Who are we supposed? Who would we? No, matter. Let's back up before the next person is crowned, because let's look at Ethiopia's history when it comes down to succession. Bodies are supposed to drop now. The emperor is dead. Bodies are going to start dropping now, because now this is a fight for true succession. And whoever may be on the throne right now may not be there forever. May not be there for the next, for the next couple of years. I mean, how long was the lady before Selassie? How long was she there before Selassie, got rid of her ass, got her ass gone? How long was she there?
Which one are you talking about?
What's her name? Damn, I had a whole video on her. Shit. What is her name? Zudita. Yeah, the one who was empress right before Selassie took over.
Are you talking about Zawadi too?
Yeah, I think that's her name. I'm pretty sure that's her name. Yeah, but yeah. How long was she there before Selassie started before consolidating his power and all that stuff? So now bodies about to start dropping. The next thing that's going?
It was Empress Zawadi too.
Yeah. Now, with that,
she's the daughter of Emperor Menelik II, the first female head of the international recognized African state in the 19th and 20th century. She was succeeded by her regent, Rastafari Makinen, crowned as Haile Selassie.
Right. Appreciate that. I need that re-education. I'm surprised. I'm sad. I didn't remember her name. That is kind of sad. But
You said you were sad.
Yeah. No, it's sad that I didn't remember her name.
Right.
And I did a whole video on literally how Selassie got thrown and stuff, and she was a big part of it. So she was the opposition. Yeah, that's her.
This is her picture right here.
Yeah. So boom. Boom. The next thing that's going to affect our standing in Ethiopia is who we back as the next emperor. Now, at the time, because remember, not every family member was agreed with Selassie. Not everyone, his family members agreed with how he wanted stuff. So we back the wrong family member. He might use it. They might use us as just a way to get the throne. Then as soon as he get rid of our ass. We could easily be manipulated by the ruling body, by the next ruling bodies. Because let's be real, because I don't know I'm not sure who would have been the next person to actually take the throne through right of succession. If let's say the Durgan never took over, who was supposed to be the next ruler? And what would he and how did he feel about the Rastafari? Because if they don't like us, or if they don't want anything to do with us, we can be easily used as a manipulation tool. Then thrown to the side as cannon fodder to show that the other royal families that okay, we can be used as an example for him to consolidate his power. Like, okay, we're gonna get rid of these foreign people and make so that only Ethiopians be able to benefit from Ethiopian resources, i.e., look at us foreigners.
Mm-hmm.
So we could be easily tossed out like that,
right?
Just by backing the wrong faction. Because as much fighters as we were, we weren't really that political until the civil rights movement. No, let me take that back. We were political before during the time, after the civil, I feel like we were more political as a people in America, like right after slavery and before Jim Crow, and like all the way up to the civil rights movement was where we was at our most political, powerful politically. We had the most power politically because we understood to a certain we had a better understanding of politics at the time. Because look at Martin Luther King. He understood fighting them was not fighting against these, physically going out there and fighting them was only going to bring peace for so long. But it still kept us from getting the opportunities and the resources that we needed. So what he did was he used the power of boycott. That is the glory of Martin Luther King Jr. He fucked with white people's money. Since y'all gonna take our taxes, and don't do anything for our neighborhoods and only uplift these white only neighborhoods, then fine. We gonna start going to these schools. We gonna start going to these white schools. We gonna start going to these other places. And y'all don't want us there, fine. Then fine. Use y'all damn taxes to use our tax money to build up our neighborhoods. This is why after the civil rights movement, we had all these black neighborhoods. This is why in the 60s and the 70s, black people had all these good jobs and we had all these stores and all this stuff like that. That was because of the boycott. That was because of all the boycotting Martin Luther King did. He fucked with white people with white people in a place harder than most a bullet could ever penetrate. He hit them in the wallet.
Right. He hit them where it hurts.
It hurts the most. They wallets. We can fight them all day. We can fight them all day, but all we gonna get is just peace. After a while, it's only gonna get us but so far. He knew to hit them in their wallets. On top of as well as hit them on their face, you had to hit them in their wallets. Malcolm was hitting them in the face. Martin was hitting them in the wallet. That combined effort itself won the civil rights movement. We just didn't keep the momentum up. We didn't keep the momentum going. Exactly. We got comfortable. We got comfortable in Babylon.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, back to what I was saying. Our next thing would have been, the first thing that would have destroyed us over there is the fact that a lot of us didn't truly understand Ethiopian politics. We understood our politics, but we didn't truly understand Ethiopian politics. And let's say around the time when a lot of Africans are coming over there, well, a lot of blacks are now coming over there, and now we're coming over there in droves because we done set ourselves up. We done set ourselves up. We got our own. We assimilated into society. It's going with us backing the wrong person. That's going to be the first thing that destroys us. Is the fact we back the wrong faction. We don't truly understand the politics here. We don't understand, and we didn't truly understand that just because we all see each other as black people doesn't mean they all see each other as the same people. We see each other that way because we're in another man's country. So all we have is each other. They're in their country. They have long standing feuds. Long standing feuds. Things that can't just be rebuilt. That just can't be rebuilt just by sitting down and talking to and trying to do business with each other. There are feuds. And there are feuds with certain regions and stuff that goes on for years. That goes on like for like millennials and shit. Like not millennials, for like decades and shit. And they all aren't gonna just see us when we come over there and be like, well, look at these. Well, you know what? Since they came over here, we're all just going to be all Ethiopians now. No, we're playing on resources now. There's no expand. And as far as I know, there was no talk during Selassie's reign of expansion, because that mean expanding into other African territories.
But so what made you do a presentation on Zawadi and the overthrow of Haile Selassie? What made you do a presentation on that?
No, I didn't do a presentation on Selassie being overthrown, about how Selassie came to power.
Well, overthrowing Zawadi too, I mean.
Yeah. It was just a more, because I wanted there to be a more I wanted people to understand that it was during the time where I wanted people to see Selassie in a realistic sense. He's a ruler. Because a lot of us get in debates with people, and then they're able to shut us up as soon as they attack Selassie's character, because we see Selassie as this holy benevolent being. Rasta see Selassie, let's say as a whole, we see Selassie as this holy being who can't do anything wrong. So when we hear things, so when someone throws in our face that he did that, he had his son, he did this and did that, type shit, where it kind of hurt, where it kind of gets us to shut up. It's like, nah, we gotta understand, this is an emperor. This is a ruler. This is a king. This is a whole nother beast. People don't watch Game of Thrones. When you are in power, there's no way you can stay in power and rule a country and not have blood on your hands. You're gonna have to do some things, you're gonna have to do some shit that most people are gonna look at you and be like, damn, man, that's kind of ruthless. But hell, if you didn't, it would have been done to your ass. And these by your own family members. The cousin you grew up with, having fun playing the sandbox all the whole time. Soon as it's time for a position to come, this nigga sent somebody to poison your damn wine. What kind of shit is that? Because he want the same position. And y'all family.
And you want to know
something blood related. And it's like, you don't understand that shit.
You want to know how delusional it gets? Because there's an elder Bobo. A few elder Bobos were saying that, Selassie never shoot a gun. He never deal with violence. But when you watch the Italy war crimes, right? Mm-hmm. When you watch the actual footage of Haile Selassie shooting airplanes out of the sky.
Damn right. That shit look dope to me.
That's what I'm saying. But that part,
man. No disrespect to the elder, but that's kind of pussy shit, man. The fuck?
It just seems like that part of his life. But check it out. It seems like that part of his life they seem to not see that. The blindfolds is on when you get to that part of his life. Or they say that's not true, it didn't happen. That's fake. Well, back in those times, you couldn't fake a footage. You couldn't really fake a footage. Footages now. You understand what I'm saying? Like now we can use AI, we can do animation and make stuff look fake, make it look real when it's not. All of that good stuff. When he was on that battlefield fighting and shooting them planes off the ground, that was 100% real.
Well, I love that picture, man. I love that picture of him holding that damn rail gun, man. I love that shit.
And I'm not even talking about the picture. There's an actual video footage. He was being recorded when he shot the plane out of the sky.
Oh, I want that shit. Boy, man, we got a warrior, man. We got a warrior king, man. That's dope, man. We got a warrior king.
I'm talking about videos.
That's dope. See what I'm saying?
And I'm saying that the video. So what I'm saying is that the video can't be AI. It can't be manipulated because back in those times they didn't have that high technology like that. And if they did, they sure wasn't using it that day when they recorded him shooting that plane out of the sky. You can look at that and tell that's real. This is real reality, real life happening right before our eyes. And you got delusional minds saying that's not real, or it didn't happen, or they just didn't know that it ever happened, so they say he never did.
Ethiopian rulers were soldiers. They didn't get to positions like that just because they were just because their daddy gave them the position. No, they had to fight. There were wars. They had to win those titles. Shit, you think this nigga should never shot a gun? Man, please. Selassie's killed people, man. That's what you have to do. You are royalty. There are warring factions in Ethiopia. You got to keep these people in bounds. Ethiopia is not going to let you run a country. No ruler in Ethiopia is going to bow to you and call you emperor if you're not willing to fight. And if you have not fight, no one's going to think about it. Now look at all these movies. Look at all these movies that most people watch and shit when it comes down to royalty and stuff like that. The ones they never backed are the potential people who've never been on the battlefield.
Right.
They'll be the first ones they question. The ones that never been on the battlefield. How the heck? How I'm gonna see him as my king and he never shed blood. And he never shed blood for me. Yeah, I've never seen him on the front. I've never seen him out there on the battlefield fighting with people. I never seen him over there talking war strategies and shit. I ain't see him over there loading up his right, getting shot at. Who is this dude? Who is this guy? Who is this pampered ruler sitting down? Who is this pampered ruler sitting down somewhere, getting pampered, getting his nails done and all this fussy European bullshit? These European rulers sitting there getting their nails on, all these females around them. They just as soft as the females and shit. And they little hands like you see, who ever seen that Shaka Zulu movie when they sing? Who ever seen that Shaka Zulu movie where they first talk to the British ruler and shit, and that motherfucker just so prissy and probably got all these females around him. He's just as soft as the females. Someone constantly try to powder his face. He going, that's him on the hand like, no, stop that. No, stop that. What these soft ass damn rulers, man? No, Ethiopia don't have no soft ass rulers. Africa don't have no soft ass rulers. No. These are warriors. These are pure warriors. They learn to fight at an early age, cause they because they know the same person they training with might be the same person that put a gun that put a knife to their damn throat. Man, no. This is why I say I would never want to be royalty. Because you got money and status and everybody, kiss your ass and all that shit, that don't mean that shit is not going to protect you. Just because you happen to be somebody's son who happened to be in line for this position. Anything you gotta be worried about, anything you do, that's not gonna make somebody, the potential of dying every day from what you drink, going somewhere with these people, showing up to a meeting, showing up somewhere, anywhere you do anything you do, you have the potential of getting fucking murdered just because of the position you may have in the future. That is not going to make somebody soft. That's gonna make somebody cutthroat and ready for whatever.
And speaking of army, Haile Selassie Army, the Cognu Battalion.
Mm-hmm.
So why did he have an army called the Cognu Battalion if he wasn't about war?
Man,
when it
please.
was necessary, when it was needed.
For real. Crap, if you couldn't get this faction to bow down to your rule, you had to send somebody to make him bow.
Mm-hmm.
If he still didn't bow, that means fuck you. Wipe his ass out. Because if you didn't, he just gonna come back, gain some more allies, and then next minute it's gonna be your ass.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. It's like they get in this mysticism so much. It's like they forget that the same people, the same ruler you trying to make benevolent as these holy people you have in these books. You forget these holy people in this book was just as damn ruthless.
That part. Look at David.
Shit. Look at man, please. Look at damn right, David. Right, David. Didn't David and Solomon's father told him, hey, you better kill your brother. Better go ahead and kill your brother. Or he gonna rise against your ass again. Kill his ass. Might as well kill him. I told you not to kill him because he's my son, but go ahead and kill him because he gonna fuck with your rules. Go ahead and kill him. Man, shit, man, that's how it is. That's just how the fuck it is. If someone's not gonna bow, you have to get him out the way, or he's gonna forever be a threat to your rule and your life. Crap. This ain't no game. This ain't no game. Being a ruler is no game. So yeah, we back the wrong person. It can either bite us in the butt, or if that person we back lose, then we're even worse shit. We're foreigners who aided the opposing force. Bump kicking us out the country, they might just kill us. What we gonna do? And what we gonna do? The ruling government is gonna just say, fuck it, kill us. All we gonna do is run up into the hills or try to escape Ethiopia.
Right.
So I'm saying, so that's the first thing that would have been the first. That's the first obstacle the major obstacle that would have hit us. Then let's say we survive that, and our faction wins. What guarantee do we have that as soon as we're no longer a political game, that he's not going to try to force us out?
Exactly.
See what I mean? So, Shashamane, I just don't see, even if we would have got our shit together, shit still wouldn't have been milk and honey. Because at the end of the day, we're foreigners coming into another country, not truly understanding the politics. Because the first mistake, let's get back to reality. The first thing we did wrong when we went to Shashamane. The second thing we did wrong. The first thing we did was not obeying Selassie's order and coming over here as professionals. We came over here not knowing shit. We came over to Ethiopia not knowing shit, went to Shashamane, not truly understanding that Shashamane was not in Amhara territory.
They came with a religious mindset. They came on like a spiritual journey, a spiritual expedition. They didn't come for infrastructure. They didn't come for education. They didn't come for hospital. They didn't come for medical. They didn't come for, teaching. They didn't come for nursing. They didn't come for lawyership, because it would have been nice to have a lot of Rastafari lawyers or anyone from the diaspora that chose to go to Shashamane. It would have been beautiful to have lawyers lined up. So if anybody, anywhere, any black person, anywhere get into any trouble, you got lawyers to back you up. You don't have to. Only
thing we came over here with a Bible in our hands and a full heart.
They didn't even come with farming tools, so you can till the land and grow your own food. Grow your own coffee, grow your own grains, grow your own fruits and vegetables, and you can do import and export.
Jah will provide. Jah will provide.
Yeah, but you got to put your hands in it and action in it. We need tangible.
No. That's why I go to church every day. Jah survives. Jah will provide. I put my tithes in church every day. Jah will provide. Jah will provide. That's their mindset. That's the mindset they came with.
You get what you put out then. You get what you put out. You put out nothing, you get nothing. You put out something, you get something. So you get what you put out then. It's no complaining anymore. You can't complain and blame nobody but oneself.
Facts.
Because a lot of them flopped over there and they just went into an individual mindset. It wasn't communal, it wasn't unity, it wasn't about the community. It was about me going and getting me established.
Never mind the fact that you just became another resource on that community. You just became another resource on that community. You are now another mouth to feed at the market. You are now another competitor at the market. You're another person who may buy that last bag of spice that could have went them. You're not bringing anything. You're taking from the community. You're not bringing anything to the community. Just a bunch of weed, just a bunch of ganja smoke and loud ass music at night, and loud ass beat drumming at night. No disrespect.
The horrible stories that I hear going on there, people jumping out of the bushes to rob you, they pedophiling, molesting little girls. It's ugly. They took the same European ways from America or the Caribbean or wherever they was from in the diaspora and brought it right back home.
And you think those motherfuckers gonna like that? And you think the people
gonna
respect you for that shit? You think they gonna respect you for that shit? They just gonna see you as a burden on their community, man. So they gonna get that. That is the next worst thing that's the next thing we did wrong. Not understanding the fact that we're foreigners and the fact that we were representing something that the people in that area were not very happy with. They were not happy with Selassie, and then here come these people over here just doing nothing. They're not helping, they're not doing anything, they're not contributing to the community, man. Fuck this. Then we get mad because now the ruling government is giving them the okay. It's basically turning their heads and just let them just do what they want to do.
You know, coming in with bulldozers and trying to take their 500 acres back.
Shit, we ain't doing shit with it. Of course they can take it back. We ain't doing shit with it. There's only a handful of us over there. And this shit, and be real, man. It's just, as much as I love the idea of Shashamane, it's just not a thing. It's no longer reality. It's just no longer reality. We destroyed that.
Same thing in Scott's Pass when Rita Marley took her piece of land back. 33 plus years and nothing. No farming, no infrastructure, no hospital, no clinics, nothing for the elderly, no day center, no daycare center, no nothing. No restaurant, nothing. Just a bunch of ego and arrogance floating around. You know what I mean? That's boring. That's played out.
Shit, for real.
Rasta have presented itself to the point where it's played out. It's not intriguing anymore. They talk about Pan-Africanism is dead. Pan-Africanism is still alive. But some Rasta put Pan-Africanism down. And they didn't bring their Pan-Africanism spirit and mindset to Shashamane, because if they did, we would have had all the things that we named that is not happening. Mm-hmm. We would have had the hospital, the school, the community center, the farming, the agriculture, the importing and exporting of goods. We would have had all of that if we would have came with a Pan-African mind. But they came with this religion. And I'm calling it nonsense because that's exactly what it is. There's no sense in it.
Let me burn my incense like this. Let me burn my incense in this Ethiopian Orthodox Church. And everything's cool and everything's gravy. My cup runneth over with all my joy. If they want to go to
church, that's fine, but don't forget the mission.
Shit, they forgot the mission.
Don't forget that you could do what Haile Selassie did too. You can speak 13 languages like he did. You can go to several universities like Duke University here in America like he did. You can do it too. But instead, you rather get your divination and get your inspiration through someone else who did it.
For real though, man. But facts.
So
really,
it's getting lamer and lamer as the years go by. It's getting lamer. It's corny. It's getting whack.
That's why
we're not expanding. We have to expand. Rastafari is supposed to be a far eye. Your eye should see far. We're supposed to be expanding. We're not expanding.
Shit.
Expansion.
Right now, I feel like we're roster. The main thing we need to be focusing on all the things that is completely and utterly relevant to us where we are. If you're a roster in Jamaica, you need to deal with what's relevant to you in Jamaica. You're a roster wherever, you need to focus on what's relevant to you where you are. Because once we get ourselves straight where we are, then we can come together and get ourselves and go help other people get their shit straight.
It's kind of hard for the Jamaican roster to expand like that because they think Rasta only belongs to them. Most of them, not all of them. I said most. They think that Rasta only belonged to them. It started in Jamaica in their mind's eye, and they're the one who shared it to the world.
Never mind the fact that Leonard Howard got his doctrine from a man in Chicago.
That part.
Shit.
All this stuff. You're operating on an ego and a very aggressive ego at that, because Jamaicans can be very aggressive, and that's probably why a lot of things don't go on for them that could go on for them, because their aggression is detrimental. It's not a positive aggression. It's a negative aggression because you're trying to be in the forefront. You're trying to be better. You're trying to own, only you could own it. And I see it, it's not even just in Rastafari, it's in the ecosystem too. As soon as brothers and sisters start getting into that channel of spirituality, they think that the ancestors only talk to them. They think that Igbo only belongs to them. They think they're the only ones spiritual and that have dreams and that can see things and feel things and hear things and smell things. You understand me?
Facts. They gatekeeping.
Exactly.
And too many Jamaicans be gatekeeping. They don't even
know how to congregate in a unified way.
That part. Too many of them act like they have to be the front one. Like that dude. And tell you the truth, you wanna know the funny thing is the loudest ones be the ones who aren't Rasta. That's the thing that trips me up. That's the thing that really trips me out. It usually be ones who aren't really Rasta. They may have been Rasta somewhere in their time, but then they cut their locks and they start doing whatever the fuck they want to do. But then when they see someone else who's not Jamaican, they want to trip. Nah.
Yeah.
And tell you the truth, I know why. Because they see what they see what they were supposed to, they see what they used to be. And they fell off the path, and now they see somebody doing what they supposed, doing what they know they should have been doing. So now they feel some type of way. That's guilt. No, there's a better word for that. There's a better term for that. What's the term when you see someone doing when you see somebody doing what you're supposed to be doing? Envy. That's the term. Cause I never see them. Cause tell you the truth, where's that? And where does that aggression go when they see white rosters?
When they see what?
When they see white rosters, where does all that aggression go? Because I don't see anybody giving white rosters that type of hell.
And when they do, it don't get nowhere because the white roster gonna still do what he gonna do. We don't even have power and control over this movement because we don't allow them in. They can't say nothing because they the same ones that allowed them in. We don't have nothing of our own. We're always bringing in other people.
Facts. There's
And
nothing
then
we
will go to Haile Selassie's speech when he started talking about, that speech that he said in Geneva, Switzerland. So they'll use that as an excuse, to justify why they could be a white roster.
Shit.
So
I ain't think about
we get nowhere because we sell out our own.
Facts.
We sell out what belongs to us to keep us whole and keep us unified. We sell it out.
Shit.
And I know people that might be listening to this or will listen to this. They're not
they probably feel some type of
stuff I said, but I said what I said, and I'm not taking it back.
They'll be all right. They'll be all right. If they don't like what you say, let them prove. Then tell them to prove you wrong.
And that
Do
part,
differently. Do differently.
Show me where Shashamane is thriving like a new Wakanda. Show me where Shashamane is thriving like Dubai right now. Shashamane should look like Dubai right now.
For real.
Bobo Hill in Jamaica should look like Dubai right now. They should have solar power, wind power, irrigation systems, everything. They shouldn't be stealing lights.
That's another thing I want to ask.
Be stealing electricity. Not in
we
the
need to get a Bobo.
21st century, you stealing electricity? Come on
we
now.
Need a Bobo. We need to get another Bobo on there because I want to ask what happened to what happened to our lawyers and doctors and nurses and stuff that we were supposed to have? Because that was supposed to be from the Bobo house.
That's what Emmanuel said. He wanted 7 lawyer priests. Why do you think he wanted 7 lawyer priests?
Where are our lawyers at? Where are our Bobo lawyers at?
If we had 7 lawyer priests, we would be very, very far by now. Because not only will we only have 7, we'll probably have about 700. Because from the time he said it to right now that we're speaking about it, we would have had more than 7. And those priests would have been owning law firms and creating law schools. Then you understand what I'm saying? It just would have been on a whole nother level. Like when you look at the Jewish law firms and they passing it down to their other family members and close friends, or you look at any law firm, you got Jackson and Son law firm, this and that law firm.
Mm-hmm. That shit is forever gonna keep passing down. Even when the other family members don't want to do nothing, the name is still there.
And if we
the
bang
family's still making money off the name.
Exactly. And if we bang it on Marcus Garvey the way we claim we bang on him, he showed us that we can have the Black Star nurses. What do you
Where
think?
are Black Star nurses?
Why do you think he had that blueprint set to show us that we can get into the medical field and take care of our own sickly selves?
If there are any Garveyites, y'all have to be rosters, just Garveyites who are listening right now. I need y'all to answer that. What happened to the whole bid for doctors and lawyers and nurses and shit, man? Y'all the main ones doing that shit. And I'm gonna be real with you. I kind of lost faith in God.
Yeah, but check this out. Even in EWF, why do you think he established the EWF so we can take back our sovereignty and have these lawyers and nurses and doctors and things like that?
Yep. Yet it never went. Further.
Marcus Garvey had 3 newspaper press, one in English, one in Spanish, one in French. So he was a worldwide international man. Do we have any newspaper? Maybe some online.
Not anymore.
Maybe some online nonsense, but we don't have no real circulation. You know what I'm saying? Like the New York Times or the Miami Herald or the South Carolina Sun Sentinel. We don't have that.
Shit.
That's being published on a monthly or weekly basis. We don't even have that. We don't even have a magazine. And if we do have
I don't even think Jet is still our magazine anymore.
It's not. And if we do have a magazine, it damn sure ain't about incorporating, you know what it's about? It's reggae artists or something with music. It has nothing to do with economics. It has nothing to do with infrastructure and nation building. All right?
We a fucking novelty now. I can't stand that shit.
So all of these different movements and organizations that have been created from our Pan-African leaders, EWF, Marcus Garvey, Even Prince Emmanuel, all of these things. No, where all these blueprints laid out, why haven't it been taken seriously?
Because we want to be
you ran to
church people.
Shashamane and you didn't think about a newspaper press. You ran to Shashamane and you didn't think about Black Star nurses. You ran to Shashamane and you didn't think about how EWF was supposed to be truly operating.
Nope. We went over there, set up a bunch of Rastafari sects, and then we left it there. Too bad. Lucky for us, lucky enough for the movement. We got some Africans took head, and now they're doing better about it than we are. The ones in South Africa, they setting a better example than us in the West. The South African Rastafaris are setting a way better example than us in the West.
Yeah, because they're like the real Pan-Africanists of Africa. You know what I'm saying?
Shit. If anything, we shouldn't be running the Shashamane. We should be trying to run the South Africa.
We don't even have this, the Cognu Army. We don't even have an army.
Oh, shit.
We don't have a Rastafari army. Where's the Rastafari army? Where's our military? Where's our militia?
We're going to let Jah fight it.
With all the fire that you say burn, where is the fire that burns?
At the end of our blunts. Cause the damn show ain't in our hearts. It's a damn show. As a movement, the damn show ain't in our hearts no more. Shit,
No.
damn show ain't in our hearts no more. We became too comfortable here. We became comfortable with shit. They no longer beating our asses in the streets, so we just say fuck it, we cool now. Everything's better.
Yeah. We love saying, but we don't like doing. And I'm just tired of talking. We've been talking for 500 plus years. All right? The omnipotent creator have sent many blueprints for us. And we can't even get the 7 lawyer priest. Where's the 7 lawyer priest at? Come on now.
Hey, question. Who is the
Where
head
is
of
the
Bobo
7 lawyer priest? I know people right now that need representation.
Facts.
And Emmanuel said the reason why he wanted it. So if any black person in the world, not just Rasta, any black person in the world need legal representation, they know that they have these 7 lawyer priests that they can go to. Because by then, you will have your establishment already established. You already have your law firm. You already have your different offices in different places of the world. But they wasn't thinking on economics like that. They're not thinking group economics. We don't even have no cash flow that runs through the Rastafari community at least 6 times like it does the Jewish community.
Shit, we'll be lucky if that shit even runs
through their community 6 or 7 times before it leaves out. It don't even circulate in our community. It comes in and it goes right back out.
Because it's just so much easier just to shop with the Arabs and shit. We get our merchandises from them. We get all that other crap. We get all that crap that most of us be selling.
I look at Bobo Hill in Brazil. It looks 1,000 times better than the Bobo Hill in Jamaica, and that's supposed to be the headquarters. This is an ass backwards movement, brethren. It ain't moving at all. It's supposed to be a movement, and movements move, but it ain't moving.
Shit. Yeah. The ones in the Bobos in South Africa, I don't even think they no longer consider themselves Bobo. They call themselves something else.
I mean, because at the end of the day,
they wear the turban, but they don't. They wear turbans, but they wear the turbans like the Bobo, but they don't consider themselves Bobo. They call themselves something else.
Because at the end of the day, the religion gets boring. You get tired of sitting and waiting. Who you waiting to come back and save you? That's another question. Who are you waiting on? Haile Selassie to come back and save you like Jesus in the Bible?
Shit.
Another whack delusion. Okay? Another whack delusion.
Shit. They up there waiting. They waiting for the spaceships to come in like School of Vision. No disrespect, School of Vision. But y'all waiting on spaceships. But y'all waiting on spaceships to come and shit.
Who is School of Vision?
You know, in Jamaica, Rastafari School of Vision and stuff. I forgot his name. I forgot his name, but you see him a lot on I Never Knew TV. Cause I ain't lying. I love his militance. I love the fact that he went somewhere, created School of Vision, and he created School of Vision, and now he has a following of disciplined followers. These are disciplined rosters. Just the fact that they're just too Bible based. They truly believe. I remember one time he was literally talking about how these spaceships are going to come down, and that's going to signal Armageddon or some shit like that. Just like they say, just how they talk about the chariots in the Bible, 10,000 chariots riding out, busting out the sky and shit like that. They truly believe that's going to happen.
That was a galactic war. That war that took place, that war didn't even happen in this realm. That was a galactic war that happened.
Well, these chariots are coming. These 10,000 chariots. The sky is going to split open.
That's a galactic war that happened. That don't have nothing to do with this time right now. That shit happened already. The Bible is talking past tense most of the time.
Basically. But it is what it is. As much as I would like to meet him and actually sit down with him, I wouldn't join School of Vision.
Yeah. Because after a while, that whole Bible thing starts getting, I wouldn't say aggravating, but when you kind of like excel from a certain mindset, it doesn't interest you anymore. It doesn't fill your spirit anymore. It's not filling your heart. Yeah, exactly. You know, it gets boring. It gets very boring, you know?
I mean, damn. How many more ways can you prove? How many more ways can you prove in the Bible that this is Selassie? I mean, damn. If I do that, hell, I can. If I do the same shit, I can point at this and say, "Hey, look, this is Buddha." Isn't there a legend of Buddha being born from a virgin? I mean, look, there go Buddha right there. No, that's Buddha.
Exactly.
I mean, just no. I mean, this nah. That's why I said the Bible. We don't need the Bible no more, man. It's no longer a point that we need to focus on. We need to focus on shit that is relevant to us now. Just like what the things that gave Rasta his greatest impacts back in the days was the fact that it focused on things that were relevant to us where we were. That's why everybody liked Rasta, because what Rasta was talking about was relevant to the situation. This is why the only thing that we as Rasta need to really be talking about right now when we come to talking to other people is health. It's health. And so and financial gain. That's the only real thing we really need to be talking about. I don't mean like we need to be out there just making money. I mean like no, we need to be able to understand how to save money, invest money, and then let the money work for us. Cause that's something we used to be able to do. My grandpa could do that in spades. He invested his money in houses in houses and trailers that he rented out to people, land that he rented to people. That's investing. That's not that investing. Don't mean going to walls. Don't always mean running to walls or giving these big companies some money and hoping they flip it and bring it back to you. Hell, you can invest in the weed man down the street. You know he's selling damn weed. Hell, invest in that shit. Watch how the money just come back to you. That's small investments right there, but we don't think on that level. We don't think even on the smallest level. What happened to bootleggers? Like the dudes in the neighborhood that used to sell little bottles of liquor and shit. Invest in that motherfucker. Help him get a couple of bottles and shit. Then you get a little something off. Then you get $1 off every purchase. Then you get $1 off every you get like a 50 cent off every dollar shot he sell, or every little dollar, or every little $5, or every time he makes a $5 horse, sell a little, what they call little $5 horse with my grandpa, with My dad used to call them shit. Ask for like $1. Ask for $1.25 off of one of those, man. Crap. You think he gonna care once you realize you done gave him so much inventory that you helped him get all this inventory?
And even a number house. Remember the number house?
Mm-hmm.
Where people play their numbers instead of
the numbers and crap.
Man, please
invest in the numbers. I ask you to invest in the numbers and shit. In the numbers game and stuff like that. Shit, if I had money back in those days, I'd run up if I had a lot of money, I'd be like, hey Bumpy, here's some stacks. Do what you do. Just let's talk and blah 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 blah. Crap. Just keep here, boost up on the numbers, but keep the digi out. Keep the digi out the neighborhood. If we were more politically gained, we could have invested into our organized crime, just like how the Italians did for a long time, and kept drugs out of their communities.
Yeah.
Right. We only dealt drugs because we felt like people dealt drugs because the drug game was kind of funny when it comes to how it started and stuff, because we saw them making money, but the thing is, we said, Robert, let's try to make money off that too. But the thing is, but it won't our drug. I'm pretty sure there was a lot of people who was hooked on it, but it won't like it was a community thing where everybody was on it because most of us couldn't even afford it.
Mm-hmm.
But really though, yeah, if we would have invested more into our organized crime, we probably would have took the crime out of it. Numbers probably would have just been could have been a regular damn gambling, like gambling is now. Cause it's not like it was that much. It was that illegal because even cops were playing the numbers and shit. Nobody was really. The only time anybody really cared about the numbers game was when black people started making too much money on that shit. Cause nobody knew the mob was tied to that shit. Nobody knew the mob was tied to that shit. The mob was tied to bootlegging. But they had money. But they had their hands in the numbers game. Especially when it came down to black people, they had their hands in it.
Exactly.
But seriously though, if there's just too much, that we should only be focusing on shit that's relevant to us. Health, and economics. And everything don't need to be on a grand scale. The smallest economics can do. Hell, instead of just buying, you know how much easier it is to get shit from a flea market than it is from a Walmart. Shit you look for in the store, you go to the flea market, you'll find it.
Mm-hmm.
The flea market is a best example of a collective of people selling wares, and now you have a whole faction, and now you see, and now the public see it as a singular business. Because think about it, when people come to the South and talk, they don't think about, oh, let's go to that spot where that little store where that guy sells that so and so. No, they say let's go to the flea market, because they know if they can't find something in the store, they just say, oh, let's go to the flea market. They know they're going to be able to, there's a good chance they're going to find it in the flea market. That's a collective. That is literally Walmart. That's literally Walmart, but on a more, but it benefits but it's a more beneficial thing to individual. If a business like Walmart only caters to one person who's at the top, the person who runs the flea market benefits. He's not the only person who benefits. The people who come to the flea market to sell their stuff benefits along with him. He's not successful unless they're successful. See what I'm saying?
Right.
If we create systems like that, on the grounds like flea markets be. Okay. It's like if we learn to operate on a flea market thing where we get all our bootleggers and when we get all our bootleggers together and treat the community like a flea market, everybody will eat. At least that's just me brainstorming. That's just me brainstorming right now. If we treat the community like a big flea market, you'll be surprised how everybody will be able to eat off each other, and nobody will go hungry because your success builds off the next person's success. There's a better way to explain that. But right now, like I said, right now I'm kind of just brainstorming. But they're just what we need to. We only need to be focusing in health. Health and food is the next big thing we only need to be focused on. Because what's a revolution? What's a revolution if we too dead? If we're dead before we even able to start? We can't be anything for the future if we don't even live long enough to see the damn future. Half of us are so damn fucked up we can't even have kids.
Exactly.
Then we're not having kids. Don't get me wrong, we're making babies, but we're not raising children. The TV's raising our children. The social media is raising our children. And as much as I used to fight, and as much as I am a big advocate for public schools, because public schooling helped me, because I came from public school and I came out and I felt like I came out just fine education wise. My thing is with all this thing, with this whole tranny movement thing now, and I tried my best never to say anything about the tranny shit, but y'all niggas in school teaching grade schoolers about different about different sex or orientations. What the fuck is that doing in grade school? Isn't that what sex ed is for? You know, when you a teenager and you first start getting horny, you know, and shit like that. When you first start wondering about your partner, when you're a kid, you don't give a damn about a girl. What's under a girl's? Well, no, let me think about it. Boys do look on a girl's skirts, but you're not truly really caring about what's going on there. Right there, you just like, man, and mostly when you're like in a grade school age, you more like, you probably only like one specific girl, and the rest of the girl, and you only like her when at certain specific times. When it's time to do shit that you know they don't really like doing, you're not concerned with them at the moment. You know what I'm saying? You're a kid. There is truly, as a matter of fact, let's be real. When you're a kid, there is truly no boy or girl. It's just kids having fun. Nobody cares if a girl wants to play football when there's a bunch of 5 and 6 year olds. No one cares if a girl wants to play football.
Mm-hmm.
No one cares if you see a boy over there. If a bunch of kids are coming together playing with toys. No one cares that the boy over there is playing with his action figure, playing the game with this girl and her Barbie, and they playing toys together. No one's They're kids. No one cares. They're kids. None of that shit is worth. None of that shit is bothered. There is no. You see a girl. You see a boy with a little doll baby. Hell, I had a doll baby. I was looking at little doll skirt, but still, I had one, and that shit ain't make me gay. Hell, it made me wonder. It just made me wonder about women.
Right.
And it also made me wonder how come we ain't have black, and why did Black Barbie look weird? No, seriously, Black Barbie looked weird back in the day. Those Cabbage Patch kids were kind of creepy looking though.
I had a Cabbage Patch.
Those things were creepy, man. They said those weeble things we had were creepy. Nah, Cabbage Patch Kids was creepy. kind of baby come out of a cabbage patch, man? What the hell? What are them spores? What are them spore babies? Them the body snatch. Them babies come. Them body snatcher babies. That's how I looked at them. Them body snatcher babies. They came from out little pods and shit out the cabbage patch and shit. Them pod babies. Them babies that take over your body shit like body snatchers. But no one's worried about gender you're not worried about gender or sexual orientation as a kid. You're worried about your favorite toy, your favorite TV show, or your favorite game or shit like that, or what you gonna do this weekend and shit like that, or damn, what we gonna do when we get out of school? What we gonna get out when we get out of school on Saturday and crap? What I'm gonna do and shit. Don't tie these kids down with a bunch of unnecessary shit. Like, oh my, well, some of y'all, if you might feel like you're a girl inside, you may. What the hell? This nigga think. Don't be telling no kid who believes one day he's a dinosaur. Hell, at 5 years old, I believed I was Godzilla. You couldn't tell me different. I ain't take that costume off for days. One Halloween, I was Buzz Lightyear. 2 weeks straight, you couldn't tell me nothing. I was Buzz Lightyear. Don't call me Malcolm, I'm Buzz.
Right.
For real. Don't tell no kid that shit. They will actually believe that shit. And it's an adult telling them you can be a girl. Okay, now I'm a girl. And they don't have to grow out that shit? You are killing the next generation. We are not going to be able to have babies. We got enough shit on our plate right now as black people. We're not having babies. We're gonna get to the point that we're gonna have the same problem they're having in Japan if this tranny shit keeps going forward. If they keep letting these trannies do what they do, which I honestly believe they don't. That's why I try my best not to say anything about it, because I honestly don't believe they will. This is just some shit. This is just some more distraction shit. Just like with the whole gay thing. Just like with the whole gay thing when gay people started coming out more. That's just the big topic, right? That's just the big topic right now. That's just the big distraction right now. Gays did nothing. Gays didn't take over the world. Niggas didn't stop. Niggas, no, not everybody who was straight started coming out gay now. I mean, the dogs didn't start dogs. The animals didn't start crying out there like they didn't start making noise out there in the field like they kept, like people think the apocalypse is gonna happen. No, none of that shit's going down like that. But I do believe that it's going to keep creating a generation that can be easily distracted with unnecessary growth. And I call it unnecessary growth because everything you take on in life aids to who you become, who you grow up to be. Whether you take it or discard it or whatever. The fact that it came to you, you keep a piece of it.
Mm-hmm.
And if we keep creating scenarios where adults can have these childlike fantasies and they never have to grow out of it, we're gonna keep having generations that may be smarter but weaker. I don't think that's something we're supposed to have. I think we're supposed to be we're supposed to be as strong as we are intelligent. One is not supposed to be more than the other. We need to focus more on. No, there's no other way I can explain that shit. That's just basically it. We need to focus on things that are completely relevant to us. What we eat, what we listen, what we talk, what we decide, what we bring around our communities and shit like that. We need to focus on shit that actually benefit us.
Mm-hmm.
If it don't benefit us no more, we have to throw that shit away. This arguments over gender does not gender does not benefit us no more. All it does is create confusion because now we living in a place where everybody can tell you what a woman is. Everybody can tell you what a man is supposed to be or what a man is. Everybody got a different opinion on what a man is, but nobody can explain what a woman is. You ask a tranny to define a woman, they have this fantasy shit going on that makes it so that they can conclude themselves. And to the point that we have a man who has an inside penis, who has an inside out penis, calling himself a woman, and becoming actually became Woman of the Year. I never even knew that was a thing. Caitlyn Jenner, I never even knew that was a thing. Woman of the Year, I didn't know that was the actual thing that they gave out to people. So I want to ask feminists today, how do you feel about the fact that these men, the same man who you were against, has now taken your role as a woman? That's what I want to ask the feminists. I really want to get a feminist on a show. Because they got to explain that shit to me, because feminism played a big role on that. We black people, I ain't lying, we black people, especially when we take on spiritualism, we take on a lot of liberal bullshit. All y'all people coming into consciousness right in nowadays. Be careful, because there's a lot of liberal bullshit that I took on that I now realize was never really something that was a problem with us. That was never even an issue worth arguing about. Immigration. What the fuck was we so mad about? Why were black people one of the main ones sitting there making some kind of shit on immigration and shit like that? If you took your black ass to any other country illegally, they gonna deport, and they find out you there illegal, they gonna deport your ass. You gonna get sent right the fuck back to America. Why is it that when other people do that over here, we want that shit? We want to do the same, ma'am. Niggas, I think you're on mute. You're on mute, Queen. Hey, Queen, I think you're on mute. Yeah, she on mute. Hi. I'm high, y'all. Well, yeah, just to keep the conversation going, what were we so mad? A lot of black people jumped on this whole immigration shit. There she is. Now, what you saying, Quinn? Okay, no. But yeah, a lot of us jumped on this immigration shit because a lot of us jumped on a lot of this liberal shit. And I was one of the main ones like, man, come on, white people. Aren't y'all immigrants and all this, blah, blah, blah. I was the main one using that scenario because I was so just trying to be against crazy racist white people. But really, though, once you get out there in the world and you realize that, damn, man, I could have got this job. I could have been got this job. And I realized, like, only reason it took them so long to get me on the job because they were trying to get all these foreigners on. They were trying to get all these foreigners into the job. And half of them didn't. And half of them that I found out I was working with was over here illegally. So I'm trying to figure out, how did they get this job, though? The fact that you will hire, the fact that you're working for, I'm not going to mention names, would hire illegal aliens. Then immigration to come. Then they'll quit for a while because immigration come get them, but then they come back with a different name. So I'm just saying, though, so I'm just saying, right is right and wrong is wrong. If you over here legally, you gonna get deported. You in a country illegally, living off the resources, you're going to get kicked out. You're going to get kicked out the country. So for a long time, I was kind of afraid to be against the whole immigration thing because of this shit. Because hell, why would you want to come over here and be exploited, working 25 cents an hour and shit? Because that's how a lot of them motherfuckers were getting paid at one time. Hell, because I knew it. I saw some of these people paychecks, man. They was shitting the fuck out. They were shitting the fuck out these people in their paychecks. So I was like, why did you come? Why are you running over here why are you running over here to work for nothing? And he told me straight. And the dude I was working with told me straight up, shit. He doing it basically because because I can do other shit, because in America I can do other shit to make money. If we don't go, and a lot of that is our fault. We come over, they take advantage of shit that we no longer want to fuck with because we feel like, oh, that's poor people shit, or that's, oh, we don't have to do that shit or we feel like we don't have to do that shit no more. But shit, that's another thing. But yeah, we take on a lot of unnecessary liberal shit, and then I'm about to sound redundant.
So what happened was, when you thought I was talking earlier, I had put the phone on mute, or I put the screen on mute, and I was talking. You thought I was talking to you, but I wasn't. I was talking to
oh, my bad.
Thing on me. I didn't expect them to call me back so fast, so yeah.
Shit, my fault. But yeah, shit. I basically said, damn, I think I basically said all I was gonna say. With Ethiopia, with the fact that the dream of Ethiopia was the dream of Shashamane. Even when we put it in a scenario where we did everything we were supposed to do, there was a good chance, with the fact that we barely didn't understand the politics, even when we would have came over there at our best, without proper understanding that the history and the dynamics of that country, it would have been kind of doomed to fail. Because of the fact that we didn't understand the politics, and even though we came over there and became assimilated with the country, once Selassie was gone, there was a good chance the next ruling faction would not like us. And a prime example of that was after the whole Derga thing and Ethiopia became stabilized again. As soon as not the government that stabilized the country, but the next government after that decided to say fuck Rasta. Because the government that stabilized the country was actually thinking about giving Rastafarians who wanted to come to Ethiopia was going to give them automatic citizenship. But then the government that took over after them, the next elected government that came in said, no, we're not doing that. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. No, we're not going to do that at all. No, we're not giving this random people who just claim to be Rasta and, give them citizenship. And that means any motherfucker that can come over, anybody wearing red, gold, and green, yelling ja, 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 can come over here and get benefits and shit like that. Like, no. That's the same problem. That's the same problem. This is the same reason why I'm not against FBA. Because from my understanding, FBA is not about separating from other black groups, other black.
That's what they're doing.
Places.
That's what they're doing.
But it's not about that.
But that's what they're doing. That's exactly
but it's not
what
about
they
that.
do.
I can't speak for those individuals. But the
no,
ones
I understand what you're saying, how it's supposed to be, but that's not what's happening. Same thing with Rastafari. Rastafari is supposed to be something else, but we're not seeing that happening. And a lot of this FBA stuff is causing more division than it is unity.
Yeah.
And FBA only means that you're a descendant from chattel slavery. And your people came here between 1619 and on forward. That's what that is. That's not a special lineage of people. That's not a special bloodline. You are still
it's just another name for African Americans.
You're still a descendant from Africa. Because anybody can run their DNA test right here, right now, and you're gonna find some of your DNA coming off that continent, whether you like it or not. I don't care. We're all speaking English for a reason. We're speaking English. We're arguing in English, but we're not African. Like it's beginning to be retarded. It's starting to be retarded.
Yeah.
And it's
I can't speak for them. I can't speak for them fools. But that's why I do. But that's why I have no problem. But that's why so far I have no problem with FBA as a concept. Because of the fact that
I'm an African at the end of the day. All right?
Basically.
I'm an African. And I'm not going to deny my roots because of some logo or title. That ain't getting us nowhere because we got all this FBA so-called knowledge, but we ain't owning shit in America. We still fragmented.
Shit.
We still getting beat up by the police. Shit, we still getting lynched by the police. FBA ain't helping that situation. FBA don't got no economic base set up. They just all on YouTube trolling, being disrespectful with their Willie Lynch syndrome. It's just sickening. It's ridiculous and it's embarrassing. Because you can talk to a Chinese man born in China, you can talk to a Chinese man born in Chicago, he's still going to relate back to China. You talk to an Indian man born in Alabama, he's still going to relate back to India. You talk to the European born here in America, they can still say, I got Irish descent. I got Belgian descent. I got French descent. We the only fools right here walking around. Not me and you per se, but in general, the only fools walking around saying that we only here. We only here. When those other races already know what time it is with us. They know who we are and where we come from. We the only ones trying to deny the shit while we arguing in English. While half of them can't even give me an FBA dish. That's not African influence. Because the Gullah Geechees, their dishes are African influence. And those were the first set of Africans that came here. Igbo landing there in the South Carolina. All right, don't even get me started. Don't even get me started, please. Don't get me started.
I want some collard greens now. Right now.
And collard greens can be found in Ethiopia. It was brought during the transatlantic slave trade. Carolina rice. Where you think that them rice came from? Where you think them grains came from? Senegal, Sierra Leone.
Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, rice ain't native over here.
We were the rice planters in the Carolinas because the way the climate was and the landmass is in the Carolinas, rice could grow well there.
Right.
Red rice, you got the golden rice, you got the brown rice. That's grown in the Carolinas.
Hey, that company for golden rice in the Carolinas, they owe us money.
Okay, the red rice too. There's a special rice that you can only get from the Carolinas. And you can't go to the store and buy it either. You got to go to one of them mom and pop shops.
Damn right you do, on the side of the road. Still in that same woody cabinet.
You only gonna get a little bag like this because that's how delicate it is. That's how special it is.
We got them big ass bags. You gotta go. You got them big ass bags. You gotta go up there and pick that bitch up. You gotta put them bitches in containers. And when you open that bitch, do not open that bitch and just to get one pot of rice. You open that bag, you gotta go ahead and dump that bitch in a container.
Yeah.
Cause you leave that shit open, you gonna have rats, roaches, and all that shit because they gonna
right on in it.
The fuck up.
That's real organic rice.
They gonna eat that shit the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
And please don't put it somewhere hot or it will spoil.
Right. Exactly. It can't be left on the shelf in Walmart or Aldi or Publix. It can't be left on the shelf like that.
I gotta know where to put that shit. Gotta put that bitch in the cellar somewhere where it's cool and shit.
Exactly.
Shit. So, damn, I love being in the South.
Now, this is really getting out of hand. And now they're trying to make it look like because the president of Ghana went to the United Nations in New York the other day talking about we should get our reparations. They trying to switch it and flip it and say he's trying to steal our reparations. Ghana ain't trying to steal our reparations. Ghana got gold They got cocoa. They got so many natural resources. So many
But
produce.
why did he hold on? But why did he come on? Hold on, he went where though?
He went to the United Nations in New York, in Manhattan, and was speaking at the burial grounds as well, because there are burial grounds of Africans that came from Africa during the transatlantic slave trade. They were buried there, and their artifacts was buried with them. Their clothing was buried with them, and they all are replicas of Africa, not here. And he was saying that there always reparations, that was the gravest crime against humanity. FBA is trying to make it look like the man trying to steal our reparations. No, he's not. He's talking on our behalf. So now we can build a bridge between the African in America and the African on the continent. We need to do
now I
this.
know.
We need a bridge. They're trying to break the bridge. The man trying to speak on our behalf. We need the African nations to speak on our behalf if we're really trying to get reparations, brethren. We need them.
I can explain why. I can explain why that misconception happened.
No, it's not a misconception because he said it very clear. If you go and watch his video when he's speaking to United Nations,
I'm talking about where some of these FBA dudes, some of these FBA dudes think that shit.
No, they can't think that because he never said that. When you listen to his speech, you cannot misconstrue what he said.
I didn't say he said it. I said I can understand why they said that. Why they're saying that? Because
he didn't say anything to make them think that.
Yeah, but
let me trying to make you see. He didn't. Do
I see it.
To make you come up with that delusional lie to come on YouTube and making up lies.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying
there's too much cooning with the FBA.
That's why I'm saying I don't really get that. I get it as a concept. But the reason why I feel like that dude of FBA who said that, because a lot of them are really going off half-baked notions of what the thing was supposed to be. It wasn't supposed to be some whole thing. And a lot of them, that's the problem. But that's the problem with a lot of us in America. Too many of us got platforms and just go up there and just start talking.
They're on emotion. It's all emotion and arrogance and ignorance.
Right.
Ignorant arrogance.
Right.
That's all I'm saying, Brendan. I'm not going to repeat something that I know ain't true. And then put my whole heart and soul into making a lie the truth. Just so I can feel good to not connect to my ancestry. Just so I can feel good to talk down on another people. That if you go to Africa right now and you don't open your mouth, they're going to think you're a part of them. They're going to think you're from them until you start talking.
Somehow my screen got turned down. Hold on. There we go. Somehow my screen got turned down. But seriously, but basically though, we need to be more. We really need to focus on shit that's relevant, that is truly relevant, that's truly relevant to us as Black people. But I do feel like we need to get ourselves straight in our individual places, so that when we come together, we both have a foundation to stand on. Because we can't help them. We can't do nothing for them in Africa until we get ourselves situated over here. Because they need aid. They need allies.
Africa don't really need aid like that because
they need allies.
They're getting their resources together and they're banding together the different African countries on the continent, and they're reaching back out to us in the diaspora to bring that networking and bring that commerce and the economic stature that we've so lacking back together again. We will never get it together over here because as long as you have FBA, Rastafari, this, that, the third, all this different division, we're never going to get it together to the point where now we're ready to go unite with somebody else. No, it don't happen like that. Because if it did, it would have been that way. Every year, there's a new reason why we should disconnect from Africa. This right now is the time for us to start communicating with Africa. FBA said that they don't have no African lineage. So why would you even at the United Nations when this president was talking about reparations on our behalf? You're not a part of that. So why are you even here? So you can throw slurs at him? So you can be evil and disrespectful when there are African Americans that were there trying to communicate and network with them? It's just disgusting, brethren. That's all I'm saying. It's disgusting.
I feel you.
And our ancestors are not happy. Our ancestors that brought the rice from West Africa, they're not happy. Our ancestors that brought the collard greens from Ethiopia, they're not happy. And we got to know that. We got to know that. They're not happy with the way we're behaving. Harriet Tubman is turning in her grave right about now. Her mother is a direct descendant from the Benin Kingdom. So now we're
I
going
feel what you're saying.
know, right? Because she got Benin bloodline.
I feel what you're saying, Quinn.
She was
But
every day, all day, all night. Nat Turner, direct descendant from West Africa. I forgot exactly what country. I think it's Senegal, if I'm not mistaken. So what, we gonna throw him out the window too? And he was an abolitionist to end slavery?
no,
Come
no.
on, now we gotta start thinking and using our brain, because you want to be stuck in America, and America don't give a f about you. America ain't giving you your 40 acres and a mule while you claiming some FBA status. You still don't got. You still don't. You're still fragmented. You're still fragmented, spiritually, mentally, physically, and emotionally. We're still fragmented.
Okay.
We claiming these big titles, but we don't own shit yet.
Okay. So, with that,
We're naturally FBA brethren. We're naturally that. We don't gotta protest that. We're naturally that. I know a sister. She's a Haitian descent. Her family came on the good ship Desire, ported into Boston Harbor in 1636. Those are the original FBAs. Those ancestors that stepped off of that slave ship. It was 11 of them, she said. And her family is a part of those 11 people. Those people are the original FBA. We are the
respect.
of those FBA people. A lot of our bloodline could be traced back from a particular slave ship if it wasn't burnt or sunken. Her family, her particular family, was able to trace it. So what we gonna say now? That slave ship ain't real. The slave transatlantic slave trade didn't happen. It's fake, and this woman is tracing her lineage back to 1636.
Yeah.
In
But-
the Boston Harbor, the
Yeah.
good ship Desire is the name of the slave ship.
Yeah.
Come on, brethren. We got to start thinking, man. We got to stop this. We'll never unite thinking like this is.
Queen, I get exactly what you're saying, and I stand for exactly what you're saying.
Somebody in your
But-
chat is asking a question.
What is the mission if you ask ones and ones, you'll get different answers.
Well, you'll get different answers, of course,
Yeah.
because not everybody could trace their lineage back to a particular slave ship.
Oh shit, Freeway, what's good?
I'm talking about this particular situation. You can't tell me that it didn't happen.
Yeah.
That's
But-
what I'm saying.
Okay. Let's put FBA to the side, because that's a whole nother video.
Oh, we gotta do a part. We already did a part. What, 1, 2? We gotta do a part 3 because I already did a part 1. I did a part
Yeah.
2. Now we're working on doing a part 3.
Yeah. I want to be on the part. I want to be on.
I
wanna be on the part 3.
As a guest host.
Yeah, I want to be on the part 3. But to the side right quick. When I say we have to get our shit together over here first, I mean we have to unite we have to unite who we are. We have to unite as a front over here. And right now we need to get, because a lot of the things that annoy me when I listen to Rastafari now, when I listen to like videos of Rastafari now, a lot of the stuff is only, when you listen to most of the Rastas talk, is only stuff that concerns, the political stuff they talk about is only concerning where they are.
Of course it is. They're not
Yeah.
looking futuristic.
So I want to say with this, with us in America as Black Americans, we got a whole lot of shit where we need to get where we need to unite our damn selves. We need, no matter what we call ourselves, at the end of the day, we black over here. We need to get our shit. We need to get our shit together as black Americans. We have to get our shit together because right now we can't offer the diaspora. We can't offer our people at home nothing. We can't really offer them anything right now because we're too fragmented.
Oh, we can offer them a lot. We can offer them a lot. People already over there going to Africa doing it. They're building businesses. They do, especially in Ghana. They're building businesses. They got importing and exporting of goods coming back and forth. The shea butter, the black soap, jewelry, clothing. But it's a handful. It's a small handful doing it.
That's why I mean we need more. We need more of that.
Okay, well, we got to keep doing more podcasts and keep spreading the positive word on how it's important for us to link with our sisters and brothers on the continent. We can learn from them just like they can learn from us. We don't know everything. And one big thing we missing is that spiritual bloodline connection. When we look in the mirror, we mad that we see in Africa.
Yeah.
And that's the mental illness, the Willie Lynch syndrome that's been plaguing us for these 500 plus years. We are a sick people. We trying to have ownership to a country that already showed us time and time again. They just found a brother in the Carolinas hung. While FBA is on YouTube trolling. While Tariq Nasheed is doing what he's doing, but he took his ass to Senegal the other day. He's in Africa. He went to Africa the other day.
What are you doing? What are you doing in Senegal?
Oh, I'll send you the video.
Sure.
With all the shit he talked, he went to Africa. You see the brother I Show Speed from Ohio? The young brother I Show Speed. I don't know if you heard of him, but he did an Africa tour.
Sure.
And he said he never felt complete until he went to Africa. He felt at home. And I've been to Ghana back in 2012. And he's not lying. There's a certain completion that you get when you step on the motherland that you are never going to get in the diaspora. From the Caribbean, the Americas, I don't care. You're not going to get it. There's a certain completion, a DNA activation that happens when you put your foot on the continent. It don't have to be Ghana. It don't have to be South Africa. It don't have to be Ethiopia. Wherever your spirit leads you to go. But you're going to get that connection. Before anything bad happens, before you have any bad experiences in Africa, you're going to feel that activation, that transmission. So my whole thing is, not everybody in America is going to come together. We got to come together, my friends, with like-minded people. It's not going to be 1,000. It might not even be 50. Yes, there's strength in numbers. There's strength in numbers, but those numbers got to be strong. We don't need no weak link. I Show Speed went to Africa, visited many different countries in Africa, and he can't wait to go back. He's saying he wants to visit more countries that he didn't get a chance to visit. He even went to Liberia, and he met his family that left Ohio back in the early 1800s and repatriated back to Liberia. Same last name. And he met his family from back in the 1800s when they left Ohio and went to Liberia. We've been traveling back and forth to Africa. This ain't nothing new. As early as the 1700s, when Liberia opened its doors to us. Even Marcus Garvey spoke about Liberia. He was trying to start the tire company. Even Marcus Garvey spoke about it. All right? So, it's a lot of things that we're lacking and we're missing due to the ignorance, the purposely being ignorant. We purposely want to be ignorant. We purposely don't want to know. So we can hold on to our delusional FBA nonsense or the Native American stuff. And half of them Native American tribes ain't even going to acknowledge you or recognize you until you do a DNA test.
Now the FBA members, the FBA people who be talking about they Native American blood. Those be the ones I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. 'Cause there's a lot of them, my friend. A
Yeah,
lot of them.
those be the
I
ones.
asked them the question.
I don't consider them FBA. I consider them just a bunch of more tag-alongs.
They're morons. And I
More
asked
like
the
just a
question.
bunch of Moors that just tagged along to this shit.
All right, so I asked the question. Since you this big Native American, right? Can you tell me some Native American songs? Can you tell me the festivities that they hold, their celebrations? Give me a Native American dish that you grew up eating every day. Give me some poetry. Give me the story time. Give me give me some Native American culture, tangible culture that you can share. You can't do it. Half of them can't even do it. They just heard grandma say, we Choctaw, we Creek, which we all are mixed with some type of Native American because of the
Yeah, we are.
trade.
Yeah, but hell, that's been in us since Massa Musa though.
That
Since the
part.
time of Massa Musa. I mean, hell, won't his brother coming over here?
That's what I'm saying. From the early 1300s, even before that. But we can start at the early 1300s, where Native Americans were prophesizing that a fleet of ships are going to come from the west coast of Africa, and they're great kings and queens. You see, these are little things that little history, because people they lack reading and they lack studying. These are little things that they miss and they don't know. And those Native Americans came from Siberia. They traveled over the Bering Strait Bridge. They came from somewhere and came here and settled. So of course they're gonna claim native or indigenous.
Or you mean them Asians that came over during the Ice Age?
I'm talking about the ones that came from Siberia and crossed over the Bering Strait Bridge that we know as Native Americans today. They come from an Asian stock, an Afro-Asian stock. That's why some Native Americans will have bigger lips, bigger noses, broader faces, big feet, big hands, very tall. Some of them are even my complexion or your complexion that mix in with the Africans. So you know what I'm saying? That whole FBA thing is just a pure mess. It's messy. It's junky. It's shameful.
Yes, I do agree. I do agree it's messy. I do agree it is messy, and a lot of them take it on and do some and be on some whole other shit. But I do agree with the way FBA was given to me when it was first approached to me. It was a sense of on the grounds of us trying to get our reparations. With the fact that let's say, because everybody, at the end of the day, we all got to go back and get our money we all got to go and get, the white man got to pay the motherfuckers who they owe. The British got to pay the British got to pay South Africa, as well as the Jamaicans and other Caribbeans. The French got to pay reparations to the Haitians, to the Dominicans. Well, no, the Spanish owe the Dominicans. Just like they owe the Brazilians and certain black Cubans. The Spanish owe them money, and in certain parts of South America too. Yeah, the Spanish owe black people a lot of money.
Hold that thought. I want you to see something. I want you to listen to something. Hold that thought.
They were the two people. We are also walking. We are from Ohio and in Maryland. So we are walking. You were walking? Walking. Walking from the river side. My name is Francis Watkins, and this is Afro Watkins. These are your family. So we are your family. We started from Ohio, and we went to Maryland County. So this is our radio. This is how we start. This is how we the global people. Yes. Yes.
Aww.
So we want to put it on you.
Y'all really from walking? Y'all actually walking? Y'all came from Ohio? Really?
Yes.
Who your dad?
From Watkins.
What's y'all family name from Ohio?
Yes. Our great
What part of Ohio? What part? What part? What part of Ohio?
So this is how we dress. We the Maryland are the global people. Yeah, we want to get you the lead.
So y'all my ancestors?
Yes, we want to try you. I will see where the proportion was. The culture.
Man, that's beautiful, man.
How we dress.
What?
We're good and we can't
But I think I just met my ancestors, bro.
And this brother's
I think I just
21
met
years
my
old.
ancestors, bro.
That's beautiful, man.
More liberated than the average.
And they last name was walking, and they came from Ohio.
Shit, that's what's up, man. That is fucking beautiful.
Let's hit it one more time for those in the back.
It's island, y'all.
Yes. All right, we got picture.
And they were the true people.
We are your family. We are also Watkins from Maryland County.
Watkins.
Yeah, we came from Ohio and we're settled in Maryland. So we are Watkins.
You were Watkins?
Yes, the Watkins family. Watkins family from the
What's your
Verbal
name?
tribe. My name is Francis Watkins, and this is Afro Watkins. These are your family. So we are your family. We started from Ohio, and we went to Maryland County. So this is our radio. This is how we dress. This is how we the global people. Yes. Yes. So we want to put it on you.
Y'all really from walking? Y'all actually walking? Y'all came from Ohio? Really?
Yes.
Who your dad?
From Watkins.
What's y'all family name from Ohio?
Yes. Our great
What part of Ohio? What part? What part? What part of Ohio?
We the Maryland are the global people. Yeah, we want to get you the lead.
So y'all my ancestors.
Yeah, we want to try you. I will see where the proportion was. The culture. The way we dress. How we dress.
What?
We're good and we can't
But I think I just met my ancestors, bro. I think I just met my ancestors, bro. And they last name was walking, and they came from Ohio.
Are you a glow life girl or a slow life girl? When the clock hits midnight.
Yeah, we don't advertise for them. Turn that off. We don't advertise. We don't advertise for Cover Girl. But yo, that's beautiful though.
You see
That
what
is
I'm-
fucking beautiful.
You see what I mean? We've been
But yeah.
doing this, brethren. We've been doing this. And this is a 21-year-old youth, okay? Old enough to be my son. And he got his awakening outblast Tariq Nasheed on all levels.
Shit.
That's why Marcus Garvey said some of them ain't gonna be no good in Africa because they ain't no good here. And that's what he's talking about. The ones that we just got finished speaking of. Those are the ones he's talking about. They don't need to be in Africa. So why are you at the UN rally when a president is speaking on our reparations? You're not African. You don't have no African blood in you. So why are you worried about us getting reparations? This don't have nothing to do with you. You should be trying to get your reservations on. Getting your land back through your native status or your FBA so-called status. Why are you worried about what he's saying? Because he ain't talking to you anyway. It don't apply to you. But they took the time to go there to rant they stupid ass slurs at him. It's just ridiculous. It's stupid.
Send me a link to that.
They're morons.
Send me a link to that. I need to see who these people are.
Which one?
The one that spoke out against the Ghanaian dude.
Oh, that's a lot of these YouTube channels. A lot. All you gotta do is just go on to YouTube and you'll see it in the feed. It's a lot of them. Let me see if I can find one real quick. What was it called again? Is it the viral? No, not the viral way. The viral way is not on that. But you know, you got other channels coming out speaking the truth on it, like the Afro Think Tank and the Viral Way. You got ones that's smashing. It's smashing that theory out. I'll send it to you when I can find one. I thought, let me see. Now I can't find one channel. Any other time they just do that foolishness just popping up.
It'd be like that when you look for something.
Mm-hmm. It's there though. It's easy to find it though. The man ain't say nothing wrong. It wasn't just him speaking on our behalf, on reparations behalf. It was other countries, African countries, speaking on it too. United States, Argentina, and Israel was the only three that said no. Slavery was legal back then, so we don't owe them any reparations.
Yes, they do, because the same slave owners who made that money when slavery was abolished, they took the money that they made from slavery and opened and ultimate more legitimate businesses.
Yeah.
So yes, those businesses who got they start off slave money owe us money. Bank of America owe us money. Western Union owe us money. That Jewish law firm that everybody loves so much, they owe us money. I had a list of those motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. I got asked a few minutes ago before I turned the camera off to walk off. I got asked a few minutes ago to do the cook on the grill today. I told him sure, but I'm throwing veggie patties on the grill.
You gonna make your own veggie patties?
Yeah, I like the ones I make out of chickpeas.
Yeah, that's good too. I like the lentil ones too.
It's hard to find a can of lentils. I don't know why I can't find a can of lentils where I'm at.
You can get them the dry ones in the bag.
Yeah, but then I gotta wait. Then I gotta take a couple hours to boil them motherfuckers.
Yeah, but they won't take long. You can also use walnuts.
Use who?
Walnuts and mushrooms.
Yeah, you know what? Why the hell aren't there any oyster mushrooms in our grocery stores? I don't get that.
When Dixie sell them.
Shit, we haven't had a Winn-Dixie's in South Carolina in years.
Well, I'm telling you, they do sell it though. Or Publix sometimes.
Man, I miss our Winn-Dixie's.
You can try Publix. You got a Publix there?
Nah. At least I don't think we do. No, okay. We don't have a Publix. Shit.
Let me see. What about
I'm gonna go to the flea market. It's time for the flea market to open again.
Farmers market. Yeah, exactly.
Shit. Cause most of the restaurants I go to around here that's vegan, that matter of fact, I'm gonna do a video on it next time I go there. Cause I took my mom there with me for when I went there for the first time. Even she had to bow down and was like, "This is delicious." She got this stir fry, right? It's supposed to be a beef stir fry, but it's not. But there's no beef in it.
I know. It's made
Shit.
with mushrooms.
Yeah, dude. She was looking at this. She was picking it up like, what? How's this? How there ain't no meat in it, but all this meat right here? I said, go ahead and eat it. She like, oh, this is good. Can I get? I wouldn't want so much seasoning on it, but this is good. Like, oh, she eating it. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I made some brown stew mushroom the other day.
Ooh, shit. I made a vegetable curry, but I'm gonna have to stop. I'm gonna have to stop eating curry.
Why?
I think it's fucking with my teeth.
Oh, you eat a lot of it?
I think. Well, I have a toothache. So I think that's not. So that's not helping.
Oh, that's probably what it is then.
Yeah, it's aggravating that tooth. I looked up that all that spice is not good for that. It's not good for a bad tooth. So until I go to the dentist, I can't eat no more. I can't eat no more. But I've been eating. But I love vegetable curry though. I love that shit. I chop me up some sweet. I put sweet potatoes in mine instead of regular potatoes. Mm-hmm. And I swear it makes such a difference. It makes such a difference. God, I love sweet potatoes. Shit. But shit, I haven't touched, but yeah, yeah, but they don't really mind. I don't think they really mind what I do. But for them, most of the time, I go to the grocery store and get like they don't mind. Like my pop really likes the Beyond burgers. The Beyond, and he likes the Impossible burgers. So that's how I'm getting him to. That's how I got him off. That's how he stopped getting off beef. That's how he got off beef.
Right.
Right. So it's baby steps. You gotta baby steps.
Right.
Yeah. And I ain't gonna lie. When I first heard of Impossible, them chips was good. But then when you start ordering it yourself, like you get it shipped to your house and stuff, and you actually look at it, it's like it's so fucking processed. It's like screw it. It's like vegan trash. That's why I don't like the term vegan sometimes, because it's like people who call themselves vegan, they just eat trash. As long as it's not meat, they'll just eat it. They'll eat it. They don't care what it is. And a lot of the stuff that's like on the shelves is just trash. And oh crap, I owe tofu the biggest apology. Because even as long as I've been on my podcast, I talked about how I don't like how we need to how men need to stop eating tofu because it gives them like too much soy products, make their titties big. And no, that's that over processed soy. Turns out the tofu itself and soybeans actually block those receptors so that a man can't collect fat. They block those receptors so it makes it harder for a man to collect fat on his chest. So he don't get those like swelled up man boobs and be sitting there lactating and shit like that from eating all that soy. And that's from eating too much over processed soy products and shit like that. I've been telling that shit for years.
Soy shouldn't do that. Soy is not supposed to do that.
For real though, and I've been saying that shit for years. Like, man, stay away from tofu, man. That shit'll give you man boobs and shit. You be sitting there lactating from your titties and shit like that. I'm like, man. Yeah, because that shit fucked with me, man. Think about it. I was one of those husky kids who grew up with man boobs. So when I learned that shit and I realized, like, damn, half the shit I ate was some kind of soy-based product or some shit like that. Like if you look at Funyuns and shit, that's just some overprocessed soybean. All that shit be just overprocessed shit, and it's not the soybean itself. It's the fact that it's over fucking processed to the point that it's something completely different, like some over gluttonous crap. It looked to the point that it's even yellow. I mean, I love Funyuns, but damn, boy, those shits is nothing but trash. You can't eat that shit. You can't eat potato chips. You can't eat none of that shit. It's not even a potato no more. It's just some starch byproduct shit, man. And a lot of that shit and a lot of that vegan food that they put on the shelves is just some byproduct or some starch or some overprocessed potato. It's trash, man. It'll kill you faster than the damn meat. So be careful out there. So be careful out there when you go vegan, man. It's not just don't just eat it just because it got the label vegan on it, man. You look at that shit just like you would, just like you been doing. Look at the back of that shit and look at those ingredients. If it got more shit on there that you can't if it got shit on there you can't pronounce and it don't come from a tree or from out the ground or something, don't eat it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm learning that shit fast now, and the fact that I got a homeboy who's dying.
Mm-hmm.
I got a homeboy that's dying. This nigga is dying. I took him to Daku so he can get on some herbal treatment and stuff so we can slowly work his diabetes and reverse and shit.
Who Yaku? What is
Yeah,
it?
the plant
Yaki?
man.
I mean Yaki.
Hmm?
You talking about Yaki?
I got a homie around here named Daku.
Oh, Daku. Okay, I thought you were talking about the brethren from St. Louis.
Oh no. I think they're from Washington.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, him and his queen is from Washington, and they came down, and they got family down here, and they started they opened their business, and he opened his herb shop and her hair salon in in their people's on their people property and stuff like that. Because they had a shop in town, like in Dillon, but the rent is so fucking high around here that I don't see how it's like it's trying their best to keep it started trying to keep the business owner off Main Street.
Right.
Like the small business owners, like they're trying to keep them off Main Street and only want like the main brand shit, like or a bunch of Koreans. Only people who are able to do only own business that's not like a commercial business that's on Main Street is a Korean shop. And that's a hair salon, and that's just a place where you can go and get a bunch of weaves and wigs and shit.
Right.
Oh yeah, and a hardware store that's on the side of the street, but they've been there for years. So hell, it's a hardware store. They're a hardware store in the South. They not going nowhere. Who the fuck gonna shut them? How the fuck they not gonna make enough money? They're a hardware store in the middle of a farming city. There's no way. There is no fucking way they're gonna run out of money.
Right.
That's the only way that's the only way you can have anything. If you're gonna own a store in Dillon, that's the only way you're gonna do that shit is by having something where the money is guaranteed. You try to do anything else that could be a money making business, it's not gonna last because the rent's so high. Not that the people don't want it, because the juice bar was doing good, but the rent was so high she couldn't stay there.
Wow. Yeah.
So yeah, we lost our juice bar.
Yeah, I remember the juice bar. I remember I was saying that maybe I could talk to her and see if she wants to do
Mm.
convert in the nighttime or the evening time, convert it into a yoga session or something like that.
Right. But the rent was so damn high, she couldn't stay there. It was killing her. And that's fucked up because because the community loved that place.
Right. What about the spot that they're at now? You think they'll be open for that?
Shit, I don't know. I don't know. I can holler at her. I can holler at her and then ask her how she feels and let y'all talk about it. Cause I still got her on Facebook.
Or ask her when she like to come on the podcast to talk about her business, her health business. It could be like a health and wealth segment. The different juices and what the benefits are for.
Right. Yeah, we can do that. Matter of fact, hold on. See if I can get her on now.
And from that point, we can probably talk about further networking. But at least this will help her market her business.
Right. We need to get Daku on the show. I've been having to get him on the show. The last thing I posted him was on my Instagram.
Yeah, even him. If you can ask him, would he be open to come on? Even if he could do a once a month segment.
Right.
We do need to start focusing on our health a lot better.
For real. And that's something we can control. That's something we can control and immediately start doing.
Yeah, and we do need to hear it from people that look like us.
Where is she? Damn, usually she right here.
You probably gotta type the name in.
Uh-uh. There she is.
Did you find her?
Yeah, I got her. I'm texting her now.
Oh, okay. I don't know if there's anything else you wanted to add onto the stream before we log out.
Oh no, that's about it. I done basically ran my mouth. Just basically having that scenario about what I was just brainstorming about, because really just we need to be strong before. The point of the scenario was we need to, if we don't come over into Africa, if we don't come to Africa correct, where there's so many if we don't come over correct and focused and with a clear and as a clear source of help to them, we're just going to be seen as outsiders. And even then, we better make the right connections with the right ones who not just going to be happy with us who not just going to be happy with us just because we're doing business with them. There's plenty of Africans over there who want to connect with us.
I know.
There's plenty of them who actually want to connect with us and actually are actually teaching the ones there are a lot of them who look down on, but the generation coming up after them are willing to learn about, are actually doing their research on us and understanding that we play a big role in each other's liberation. We can't go forward without each other, but we both have to be on a strong foundation before we can do anything before we come together and take on this beast. And steel sharpens steel. So let's sharpen each other so we can chop up this pig. That is the goal of Rasta. And we need to stay alive long enough to make these connections. And the only way we're gonna do that is taking better charge of our health. I'm the biggest smoker there is. But if we're not eating greens, if we're not eating a lot, our biggest part of our diet should be greens. If you smoke, listen to me. I'm a huge smoker. I smoke. You see me in here smoking on this podcast. If we are not eating a large amount of greens, stop smoking, because you're gonna kill yourself. We were not made to consume fire. Even though we can smoke the most healthiest shit there is. We can find the prime Mary Jane plant, like the very first marijuana plant there was. We can find that first strain and smoke it all day. But but what we take from our bodies, we have to put back. That takes a lot of moisture and it takes a lot of water from our bodies. If we don't put that shit back, it's gonna fuck up our health. So if you're not eating a lot, if you don't have a lot of greens in your diet, stop smoking, or you're gonna fuck your body up and give yourself cancer. You need those antioxidants to keep your lungs cancer free. Those things are going to keep your lungs cancer free. Greens, the antioxidants from your greens are going to keep your lungs cancer free. And we do not understand this because we don't understand how our food is our medicine. What we eat is supposed to feed us and take care of us. I'll tune into the next one. Where do I find it? Hell, on either one, you can find on either one of us, on either one of our, on either her channel or mine. Because hell,
So put
it's
your
gonna be
channel
broadcasting
link.
on both.
Put your channel link there so he can have both. I sent mine, and now you put yours in, so that way he will get the notification. If he clicks on notification, he'll know when we're streaming. But I'm looking at next Thursday to do part 3 for the debunking FBA. I'm thinking about Thursday.
Yeah, cause I want to set some of these crazy motherfuckers straight because I don't like how they handle it. I don't like how I'm heard how FBA is being handled.
Oh,
That
yeah.
shit don't. That
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
That shit's kind of irking me.
Super moronic.
Cause
Okay?
how the hell? Cause one, if what the fuck is you? Why is he? What does that have to do with us? We shouldn't be talking shit about nobody. We should be. I thought the main goal of FBA was to get our that we'll focus on reparations for Black Americans. What is all this other shit we doing talking about this other foo shit? The fuck we do, I thought our main goal was supposed to be reparations. That's the only thing we should be focused on concerning FBA is reparations for Black Americans. What the hell is all this other stuff about arguing with other black people? With other black people? I don't. That's confusing to me, and that's confusing to me. And I need to talk. We need to talk more on that. We need to talk more on that.
That's exactly
Now
what
let's see. Shit. What am I doing?
Oh, you're supposed to be typing in your channel.
Oh shit.
Copy and paste the link. And you can put it in the chat right here through the StreamYard, and it'll show on your channel.
I got you. Let me see.
You can put it on your YouTube channel too. I don't know if he's looking in from your YouTube channel.
Yeah, he is. I got it. Yeah, I think he's. Freeway is one of my. I think Freeway is one of my subscribers. Cause I met him on Pharaoh's on a thing we was on. Cause we were both on Pharaoh's platform one time.
Oh, I think the name did look familiar.
Yeah, that's Freeway.
Yeah, he just said that, so I'm subscribed to Kushite already. Okay.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, Freeway. Matter of fact, damn, I'm supposed to have Freeway. I'm supposed to have you on the show, man. I'm supposed to have you on the show.
Because whenever you decide to live stream again, when you want to get that back popping, let me know, and then I can add my channel like you're adding your channel. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I don't think you use StreamYard, do you?
No, I do. The last time I did, I used StreamYard. Hell, with every video I've ever done since me and you started networking, I was using StreamYard. But I was thinking about going back to doing like just like instead of doing lives all the time, do like more recording it so I can go back to editing and stuff. So that when I talk, whatever, like, cause I like the fact I like how my old videos went when I was talking and while I was talking, I'd be able to I'd have like pictures and stuff so that people would know who and what I was talking about. I want to go back to doing that. How'd I get that? What the hell? Stop. But yeah, I'm good. But yeah, I'm pretty much. I think I've done. I think I ran my mouth enough.
Yeah, he said that he came over from Sparrow Channel.
Yeah. Yeah. And Freeway cool. Yo, Freeway cool as a fan, man. Freeway cool as hell. I want to meet. There's so many of y'all I met on my channel that I want to meet personally.
Right.
For real, there's so many of y'all I just want to meet personally. I need to go to Miami and chill and reason with you. I need to go to New York City with Congo. I need to go to Chicago. I need to go to Chicago and deal with the elder, man. I need to go sit down with all y'all, man.
You know how many times I heard you tell me that?
I know, but hell, it's hard for me to travel. It's hard for me to travel. It's hard for me to get my shit together.
You know what?
I'm one of those guys that's just I'm so happy being in South Carolina.
I mean, I need to come to South Carolina for real because for some reason, something is telling me they need yoga there in a
We
black
do.
type of way.
We do. Cause every time someone opened a yoga studio, I don't know what these. I think it was some white lady opened up one, but then it was right beside a Chinese restaurant. But then it just turned into some kind of flower arrangement place.
Now I need to network with the couple you was just telling me about that have the health food spot.
Job. No, the herb shop. It's a herbal medicine shop.
Right, because that and yoga is hand in hand. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. Now the one I did with I did do I did a quick video.
All right, so
You
Freeway
got
Dress,
family in
he
South
has
Carolina.
family.
Shit. Come on, hey, come on, Dylan then. Come on to
Yeah,
South
you say you
Carolina.
got family in South Carolina. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Come on over there. Come on to South Carolina. Come on to the Carolinas. Everybody come to the Carolinas. Everybody come on home. All y'all all Southern. In the blood, in the thick of it all, y'all all Southerners anyway. So go ahead and come on home.
That part. I definitely need to get to South Carolina because there's a man named Mr. Bill Green. He has a restaurant called Gullah Grub, and
Mm-hmm.
he be throwing down with the cooking and stuff. And he gives you a good history on the whole Gullah Geechee culture and tradition and the food and stuff.
Yeah.
I just need that type of experience.
Bruh, I need to get more. I need to get more in depth with my Geechee relatives. Only thing I know is from my birth father. He said he just said yeah we Geechees. That's all he just kept. That's all he said. Yeah we Geechees.
What?
Yeah, just yeah we Geechees. So I'm Geechee on my dad's side.
Does he have the accent too? The patois?
I wouldn't say he just talk like a regular South Carolina dude.
Oh, okay. Because
But
some of them have the accent.
yeah, but tell you the truth, I don't really. It's kind of hard to say. People say, I don't know. People say it, but it's so deep in the South that you wouldn't really hear it. You wouldn't recognize it if you heard it.
Yeah,
Because you hear that
Queen
because
Quet
when
got
I
it.
watched it, oh my fault, my bad.
Oh no, I just was saying Queen Quet got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so just before you go, I want you to see something about Mr. Bill Green.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. But yeah, Queen Quet talks with the accent all day, every day. Okay.
Yeah. But I think it's more of the accent comes from how they use their words. Because
Yeah.
I know a lot of Southern people who talk like that, but they're not Geechees, but they're not Geechee, or it's just how niggas talk around that area.
Even in New Orleans, I be hearing that patois.
Now that's different. No New Orleans dudes, they got a powerful way. New Orleans niggas got their own way of speaking. They have their own way. They got their own slang and shit. So you can tell with someone from New Orleans. And all their words drag. All their words drag.
All right. May I have your attention, please?
It's so good to find when everybody could come together and help somebody. Because I tell you, man, the way we raised up, everybody used to help one another. If you run out of food or run out of something at your house, you could always go next door and get what you need and help and being able and everybody would help one another. It's so good to see everybody out here coming together and trying to help
St. Helens
somebody,
Island is
help
where
some
he's
people
from.
hold on to the land the great grandfather and grandmother were left to him, and now they're fighting to try to hold on to them. And I know sometimes it's hard to try to ask somebody for help, but let me tell you, please be out here to help. Love and kindness is what this whole thing about. Hey, guess what? Where we go from here, we ain't gonna carry nothing either, yeah. So let us help you. Please, got to have a place to stay. The Galloway, love and kindness. Help somebody. Help. It make you feel so good each time you help somebody.
And I know that I felt really good to see the crowd that came out on last Sunday, and not last Sunday, Sunday before last,
Mm-hmm.
and the enthusiasm. To see that many people with the enthusiasm that we don't want to see black people or Gullah people lose their land. They're part of this island. They're the ones that made the island what it is. It's the culture that everyone is so attracted to, and the calmness and the peace and the sacredness of the land. And that's important. So we are so happy that a lot of people came out, a lot of people donated online as well as at the fundraiser, and they're still donating. So we need more donations. We were at the auction on Monday, and a lot of our properties were auctioned off, but we still have a year and a day to redeem those properties. So we intend on redeeming all of those heirs property that was auctioned off on Monday for those families to hold into the whole and to pass on to their generations, because that's what their forefathers wanted them to do, is to hold on to the land and pass it on to the next generation, the next generation, and the next generation. And that's what we want to live up to that promise. And we did that. To the best of our ability, we did that for many of our families on St. Helena Island. But that's all up and down the corridor. So the other people up and down the corridor, organize, pull together, get a team together, and start doing the same thing in your community because it's needed.
One of the main things that I really love and care about is being able to work with some of the young kids and see how enthusiastic they is. You know, the whole key with me is the culture,
Send me that
and
video.
that's what I want to really keep alive. So I want to be able to teach them and being able to teach and show them the culture for going out in the boat fishing, going out in the woods hunting, riding horses, being able is so much part of and farming, and knowing Mother Nature, knowing how to live off of Mother Nature. Most of your Gullah people going out in the creek, they had friends, followed what they call the moot crane. The crane tell them where the shrimp at. The beat alongside the boat, the paupers show them where the fish at. The paupers are take and run the fish up the creek. The old fellas go, yeah, pull in behind it. And when the paupers get to the head, the paupers mud shoot up about 15 feet up in the air. They know it's their head. Then they hit side the boat. And when they hit side the boat, the paupers come out. And sometimes it comes so close to the boat you can touch them. The fellas go in there and they get abundant of fish. And when they do, once they get the fish, then what they do is bring them back to the neighborhood. And when as they come into the neighborhood, everybody know Bull Green bringing some fish to the neighborhood, and they say, uh, they used to sing this old song, mullet fish, man, bring your pan, 5 cents a pound, mullet fish. And he had this wagon. People be bringing tubs and all the tubs,
Anything they could
basins,
find.
pots, any kind of stuff. And so the old man come, this fella had like a number two tub, look like this to put a handful of fish.
And I want to say this. Wow. I'm glad you posted that because I want to say this to my southern black. I want to say this to my southern family.
Wait, hold on, hold on,
All my black people in the South, right quick. I want to say
hold
this
on
to y'all
for a
real
minute.
quick.
Hold on for a minute. That was a commercial, so it's still it didn't finish. I want you to get everything that Mr. Bill and Sarah Green of the Gullah Geechee St. Helene Allen is saying, because it's very important for us to know that this part of history.
So it was so much, but everybody helped one another. And I remember when Mother Fish was the soul of the to the line. You might eat a piece of meat every now and then. I didn't know what beef was all about. You get a piece of chicken uh, on a Sunday. Most time they ever would cook them on Sunday. Then if the preacher get there first, you ain't gonna get nothing at the back or the neck. See, but the thing about it is, I've been almost a growing fella before I found out chicken had a leg.
That is so true, though.
The preacher get there first or the deacon get there first, they get all the best part.
My grandma stopped
But
that.
that's then But then the deacon come through, they talk to the family, find out who working or who ain't working, who going to school, what the children doing, and
they need to talk to.
and if they need to talk, and special, they used to have them days what they call it what the bad what bad seed. The deacon used to have the bad seed. You have one kid in the neighborhood that's always doing wrong, causing all kind of trouble. They come talk to you 2 or 3 times. Deacon and the elders used to keep the bad seed out of the neighborhood. So them kids, you might they laugh and talk, be wrathful and fight one another. After we finish, get off, go eat lunch together
Play.
and play. So man, it's so much stuff that these kids need to learn. So that's what really
That's the loving kindness.
So that's one of my mottos.
Our motto.
Our motto is
Yes.
one of our motto is loving kindness, tolerance,
And patience.
and patience. And when you connect to them three,
Mm-hmm.
see peace and wisdom come right behind them every time. So that people get them to do that, and our tolerance, when they learn to understand tolerance, it's just like understanding flaws. You know how to seek through all of it before you touch it.
So we thank you from the bottom of our hearts, but the fight has just begun. We end this for the long haul. Policy changes. We got to get everybody involved because land, no more fellow people land to be lost from any island up and down the coastal South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, and North Carolina, because those are sacred lands. They must be preserved.
Yes. And I'd like to add something. I studied the Gullah people. I did research, but that's theory. You read about it, but I'm here experiencing it, and I'm experiencing the fullness of it. And the Gullah people is our closest connection to Africa. They have maintained the traditions, and you just heard this. And for me, my wife Robin, and Black Dot Culture Center, we don't have a lot, but we like to donate $200 to the cause. And I'm moved by the hospitality and more important, just the energy that I feel and the warmth that I feel from you guys. And since I've been on this island, I'm enjoying myself, so I just wanted to do that. And hopefully more people will be inspired. You're right, this is sacred land. Our ancestors, their blood runs through this land, right? This is ours. We need to keep it. If there's anything that we can stand up in this country to keep and maintain, is these lands. It's so important. Look at this. I don't want to leave. Mosquitoes tearing me up, and I don't want to leave.
Tearing all of us up.
But
we'll
get used to it.
Mosquitoes.
But thank you so much for your hospitality. And anything that I can do, I'm a phone call away, and I don't mind driving. It's 4.5 hours from here to Atlanta. So I'm part of that fight with you.
Brother, you're with us. Thank you.
Thank you.
If you're an entrepreneur, procrastinate.
Yeah. Shit. Nah, I didn't even know they were losing Geechee land. I gotta do it. See, now I gotta get more. I gotta stay on it now. I didn't know where they were losing land. But yo, that's why I want to say something to my Southern people right now. We got enough problems when it comes to preserving what's been our sacred sites and what belongs to us. We have enough trouble keeping that. To my Southern people, If you come, if your dad and your parents and your grandparents had property that's been passed down, and they have acres and acres of property, I've seen too many times where the bank end up getting that land after so long of getting that land and maintaining it, farming on it, putting houses on it, the houses that y'all grew up in. End up that land and those houses end up end up returning to the bank because y'all too busy fighting over it. Southern black people, stop fighting over property that's indeeded to all of y'all. Either live on it or don't get or go or don't talk about it. If somebody's on it and they paying the bills on it, I don't care who it's indeed to. If you ain't doing nothing with it, don't argue with your family over it. Knowing damn well you ain't doing that, you ain't give two shits about it before they died. I've seen family members who've been on that property for years get kicked off because the kids don't want the cousins staying on it. Then that land just sits there and nothing happens to it. Then it ends up going right back to the bank. Family houses getting burned down over dispute over the kids fighting over it. I'm tired of hearing that down here in the South. Our ancestors fought way too hard to be able to buy property down here and maintain it. I mean, through blood, sweat, and tears. Stop it. And that's all I'm saying. And I'm good. Southern black people, stop fighting over family property. Come together and do something with it, or shut the fuck up, and let the people who actually been living on it and paying the bills on it. Let them do it. Let them live on it. Quit fighting over property.
Ashe. And I don't even need to add on to it because you said enough to get them thinking, get their wheels spinning. So remember I told you that Mr. Bill Green have a restaurant called Gullah Grub?
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's a little brief video of him in his restaurant doing his thing.
Today, I got some okra that I just fresh grew out of my field. We gonna make us some okra and shrimp, fry okra and shrimp cooked together. Man, we gonna have something good, yeah. This something everybody look towards. So right now, I got my blend already made up. And this blend right here, I got some salt, pepper, some garlic, and a little bit of ginger. And I got my onion, because that's where all your flavor gonna be at. And when you put all this together, man, you're gonna have something. So I'm getting ready now to put it in and go stir it. Then we add our shrimp to it and let it cook for a little while and take it back out. Then we add the okra. Right now, this is what I'm gonna do. You're gonna stir this. You get it like that a little bit. Now I'm gonna add my shrimp so you catch all that flavor. Pull this and don't let that garlic get brown on you, burn on you. You wanna do this just for a second. Just to kind of brown it a little bit. Let that shrimp, all that flavor. See that shrimp starting to turn a little pink there?
Mm-hmm.
All that flavor going into the gravy right now, into the broth. And then once you put the okra into it, woo, that's looking good there. You can smell that shrimp. That shrimp and that onion, man, you can smell it right now. All right. They're getting ready to take the shrimp out right now for a little bit. and the pan already seasoned. The pan got the shrimp flavor and all the stuff in it. So when you put your okra in it, okra already, done already had some of the flavor into it. Just the way you do it. When you want your flavor go all the way through everything. And now we getting ready to add this fresh okra, and man, we gonna have something in a minute. Alrighty? Add your okra. You gonna stir it a little bit. Put about a half a cup of water to it, just to help get a little steam. And we gonna let it cook for a minute. Stir it. Get that flavor all through it. Right now, you might some of that shrimp flavor already going into the okra. That's all. Right now, the shrimp flavor going into the okra. Now I'm gonna add the lid to it and let it steam right there and cook for about 2 to 3 minutes. And then we gonna add everything back to it. Oh yeah. Ready to add the shrimp to it? And oh yeah. Add that and stir it. I gotta add a tiny bit of water to it, to a half a cup, and then let it finish, and boy, we should have something. That right there, that's all you need right there. Look at that. Okra and shrimp. Now we usually have this over rice, and some people will take cooked rice and put it right into this right here and have it all in one dish. Oh boy, look at that there. Boy, I know we got something here good today. Let me see if some of this flavor going into that okra. A pinch of pepper or a pinch of salt, you could add it to it to bring it on up and to make it speak a little bit louder. But man, I think this one here, good. Look at that. Okra and shrimp. Okra and shrimp.
Traditional,
together.
Geechee,
Man, this fresh okra along
Carolina
with shrimp
food.
you just catch at the creek, man, it'll make you hurt yourself. It go along, you could add some rice to it. Some people have it stir fry some white rice into it and eat it just like that. Or they just have it to the side with a piece of cornbread or something like that. They have it, but with the okra and shrimp is good. There you go. Just some of my recipe. There you go, some okra and shrimp. I hope you enjoyed my recipe. See you next time, friends of mine.
Beautiful.
See, I can't get enough of Mr. Bill Green and Sarah.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna show you how to make yellow grits. I don't eat shrimp, but for those shrimp eaters out there, I probably would have used mushroom,
Yeah.
Or I like to eat salmon. Sometime I might have would have did little salmon pieces or something like that. But yeah, it's whole
Mushroom and grits are actually very good.
shrimp and rice.
The favorite dish that my mother them used to like to make, and that's on a Sunday morning, man. On a Sunday morning, You have some nice, a nice shrimp and gravy over a hot plate of grits. Oh man, it's just like you in heaven, man. I mean, it's so nice, and it is so good, and something that we used to. And don't mustn't have a biscuit or something on the side of it. Gracious Pete, man, you think you might hurt yourself. And another dish too they used to like to make during the middle of the day. Sometimes they take a little of that shrimp and stir fry it in a little bit of onion. Put that shrimp and a little bit of onion and make the shrimp and rice together. Oh man, that's a dish you got. Man, you couldn't. But now, let me tell you now, the Cadillac, and sometimes you would find that even on a Sunday, that you be able to saute some shrimp and okra together. Ooh, man, that shrimp and okra, and it make you hurt yourself.
Shrimp and grits with the gravy. That's what I'm talking about. That's old shrimp and grits.
Onion a little
I
bit
don't know what
first,
that crap is you
and
see on TV
then you
now. That
add the
loose ass,
shrimp.
that loose
But to show
ass,
you how to do it the golf style way.
that
Most
loose,
people
that
just
loose ass
make
shrimp
all
sauce you
kind
see
of
on
glue and
TV
all
when
kind
you
of
see
different
people
things. I'm
making
gonna show
shrimp
you
and
how to
grits.
make the
Nah, that
flavor
gravy supposed to be
stay in
thick.
the
When you
gravy.
put gravy on
All
your grits,
right,
it's
I'm gonna
supposed to be
start by stir
thick.
frying some onion. I'm gonna show you how to
Right.
make color
Gravy on
style.
your grits is supposed to
Make
be
color style.
thick.
And I'll tell you
I
what,
don't
Another
know
one.
where
smell.
these people get
Ooh,
this
I
loose
smell
gravy from.
every bite.
Right.
If it's supposed to be on your grits, it's supposed to be thick, almost as
Lord
thick as your grits.
side. All right, that's
And I
enough
love how we
onion.
put onion in everything, man. Onion just makes everything so much
Get
better.
this onion kind of
Oh yeah.
sizzling
He's doing the
around.
white grits. I thought he was doing the yellow grits. There's another one where he's showing how to make the yellow grits. This is the
It's
original
not
grits.
much different.
The shrimp and gravy, you
Yeah, but
don't
the
need
yellow was
much.
better.
You don't need much on the shrimp and gravy, because nothing but a little onion, salt, and pepper, and you know what you're doing with some good old low country shrimp, that nice brown shrimp. Man, that smells that Roman. You can smell them a half a mile away. Everybody smell them, go run to your house. What? What's this right here? And man, now the onion will start making a little smell. We get the onion smelling. Hear that onion? Oh man, it's getting ready. And I can tell you what now, we can add a little seasoning to them because everything got to cook together. All right,
Everything.
I'm gonna start off with a little bit of garlic, just
Got
a
his
pinch of
cast
garlic.
iron pan.
Oh yeah, give me that garlic. Put that garlic in it, man.
Garlic cooking. You
No,
got to do it
nothing
all
ain't good
together.
without garlic.
A little bit of garlic.
One more. There you go. There you go.
Let that cook a little bit. Oh, look at that. Let it cook together. That's what you want.
Now a lot of
Right now
people
we
will
putting the
tell
flavor
you
together.
that you have to throw salt,
Show
that you
y'all
can
how to
throw
make
salt to
cauliflower
cook to
for
help your
different reasons.
onions
All
cook
them people
slower.
would call
But
themselves to make
actually,
this and make that.
garlic can
No,
help you
man,
break
that's
your
the
onion
real way
down
to do
too.
it. Yeah. Bill Green. What? Man, y'all gonna love this, yo. I'm gonna put a little shot of pep in it. Kind of boost
No
them
more.
up a little bit. Just get them ready to start with. All right. That's what we go with, the pepper. All right. While that cooking, we get a handful of shrimp. That's what you got to do with your shrimp now. That's what you want right there. A little bit of garlic, a little bit of salt. You just be careful with your salt. And a
Heard
little
them
bit of
people, be
pepper.
careful with your salt.
All right. All right. Now we got some all-purpose flour. That's what you got to do. That's what you got to do right there.
Yeah, I get
Now
that
I'm gonna
gravy
show
and
you. The
thickness. But
flour
there's
help keep
other
your
ways
shrimp
to
from
make. There's
drying
another
out.
way you
So
can
what
make
you want to
gravy
do is get
thick
a little
without
coating
flour.
on it, and it help keep the moisture in them, and the shrimp will just be so good, man. All right. Yes, lettuce. That's what you want to do. Man, and it make, you can smell them coming out now. See that shrimp starting to getting a little pink there? Oh, you can smell it now. Everybody knew you cooking shrimp and gravy now. You done smell them. And along with that onion, oh man, you know where your heart said, what? Man, that right there, it'll make them melt in your mouth. And it'll make, what? Woo! What this here? I'm gonna come right here
Very sweet.
with a little bit more flour. Oh, yeah. This will be getting ready to make our gravy. So 3 or 4 teaspoons of flour, all depends on how thick you like your gravy. If you like a thick gravy, then that's what you go with. If you like the gravy thick. If you don't care about your gravy being thick, woo!
Something wrong with you.
Now we making gravy now. Well, and the browner you let your flour get, the darker your gravy. But we ain't gonna look for a real dark gravy. We just want a little golden color, but we ain't want a real dark. And we ain't want a white, but we just want them almost the color of the shrimp. Yeah, we just want them almost a little bit, just about a little. All right. See, you don't know that could turn like a gravy, but you're making your own gravy. And you're making your gravy with the shrimp juice. The shrimp already done cook in the oil a little bit. So if you're making your shrimp soup, woo, boy, you will have something. Watch this thing turn that gravy now. Show you how to make them yourself. Yes, sir. We got that gravy coming, boy. What? Woo, look at that. That's what you want right there. Look at that there. Woo. Great. Go look at that gravy you got there. What? I'm going to move with my spoon on this one. Oh, look at that gravy there. Ain't that a beautiful gravy? Ain't that a beautiful gravy? Ooh, a little bit thick. I'm going to go with a tiny bit more water. All right. And I'm going to go with half a teaspoon of salt. Let's get some flavor in there. All right, not much salt. Now you will go with your pepper. Ain't much. Oh, boy, you got yourself something else. Even at the table. All right. Slow it down. That's the thing about Gullah style cooking. You got to slow it down. You get in a hurry and you're in trouble. Look at that gravy. Oh, man, that's good over some grits. Oh, that's good over some cornbread.
Portobello.
Now let me taste him and see what I got. See if I need to do anything else to him. Let me see if I need to do anything else up to him. Woo! Man, you could taste that shrimp. What? Boy, you got something there. That's the way to make some good Gullah style shrimp and gravy.
Sounds great. I keep saying one more, but this is just, I bask with Mr. Bill Green and Sarah. I bask with
Collard greens.
How your collard greens doing this year, Bill?
Again, make sure you have
How
that.
your greens doing this year?
Good. See it? You could always tell we had a first cold come across, but you always look for the lines. So raw coming in now, but you look for the lines, and I tell you when it's finished. And when collard greens is ready, that's what they call smacking them. That's make sure the dust, and you lightly run some water over them when you clean them. You don't run them long. Then when you're ready to cook it, you take it. That's when it's tender. When you see it like that, come right off. Yep. Every part of this tender. The greens here are so tender right now. You can eat it in a salad. But this all going in the natural. Ain't no 10, 10, 10 or none of that kind of stuff on it.
Or some Epsom salt.
Some Epsom salt.
Side dress it or put some fish emulsion in the water and then spray the leaves.
Yeah, it's some different time. Why you see some smaller than the next one is because we put in different at different times. And that way you got something strong coming the whole time. We still waiting for our first big hard frost. So
He's like, what's the best season for collard greens? I know nowadays because of hot houses, they're growing them all year round. But true farming,
the true farmers start. You want to probably start eating your first collards right about now.
In
Coming
December?
up for Thanksgiving,
November,
Thanksgiving. That's one of the. I mean, everybody. You go there, everybody got collard greens cooking right now, and right now you won't catch them. But if you're at a place where the frost hit it, and hit it right, then that's when collard greens you can eat it in a salad too. See, not only and that way, then you could practice cooking it. You could if you do it the gullah way, the boil way, it usually take a while, but it don't take as long, especially when the frost. But if you try to eat collard green out of the season, then you know you got to cook a long time and you got to know what you're doing. You got to know when to cut it on and know when to turn it off. In other words, you could turn the mush or water before you get it where you want it. You thinking so, though?
Oh yeah. This is you see the little purple. This has got a little bit of frost hit it right there when you see that little purple. See, it's a little darker than the others.
Yeah.
That's from that first little frost. Yeah.
And that's
see
always
that means that it's
and that
softer.
always tell you the signal that the greens is ready. Most people when they see that little purple come on it and coming around it, they always say, "Oh, something done happened to me. Ain't good." So I have known farmers try to cut the whole field up because they had the purple around them and they didn't know about it until I went up there. And Columbia went up there after he gave me a couple truckload, and after I cook it, see that's in the end of mine. I can never get no more collard green from that man.
You look at the veins in between the stem, and see it's the darker and the bigger they are compared to a smaller one like this. Yeah, and the lighter in the color. See the difference.
And you're looking for those veins in between
the larger veins as well, that they already finished developing. These are developing. This one is finishing.
But what's so special about them is special right after a frost come through, and sometimes you first like you got that kind of purple tone to be coming, but then after a while you get that ring around the edge. When you get that ring around the edge, that's telling you he as good as he ever gonna be.
Yeah.
Like that little kind of a whitish ring, or
that dark reddish.
Be more like a purplish. See this purplish color here?
Yeah.
Oh, I see there. Yeah.
See, and that's telling you that green is still finished. Right now, you could almost put them in a salad. That's telling you when it's ready. It's ready. And see, and what it'll do, as the older it gets, it gets darker. Take a bigger space, take darker. When it turns cover all the way purple, then that's when, you done finish out. You almost past your time. That's everything going on there. But when he first get that little one, he could go. You could likely rinse them whole, but that's the best time to lightly rinse them. When you're not lightly rinse them whole, then you take this right here, take your hand, put it down, and and that's the way you want to cook your greens. And if you rinse them again, you can rinse them and pull them up. Nothing hardly go into the water. But if you take this greens and do this here, and pop it up like that there, and try to rinse them in the water, all your nutrients come in the water. Your water turn green, and when you taste the greens, you can know you will know what you'll be eating, because the flavors be different, completely different. All the mineral, everything I'm drying out of.
Eat your greens if you smoking.
Yeah, I could just keep going, so I had to stop it.
Yeah.
If I don't stop it, I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah.
Then you're gonna hear him talking about how he taught himself how to plant the red rice. and he's showing you his farm of his rice farm and giving you the African story of where he got the inspiration from and how he knew how to do it without reading a book or getting instructions. And then he's gonna show you the greenhouse and all of that. So we could probably save that for a Gullah Geechee podcast moment
Right.
because he has a pantheon of videos.
That's what's up. I'm gonna go subscribe to him.
Yeah, he's in St. Helens Island. So how far is that from you?
Shit. Let's find out.
Huh?
Let's find out. Let's see.
Did you see his? Did you see
St.
his?
Helens Island.
Did you see his collard green garden?
Damn right I do.
What rows of it? Looking healthy and
St.
strong.
Helens Island. Let's see.
When I first came across him and his wife, I took about 5 hours. I couldn't stop watching it to the point where I had my granddaughter watching it.
Shoot. Damn, I probably got too many devices going. Now my phone, now it's going slow.
Yeah, it's telling me that you have low disk space. It says you have low browser space on your device. This may affect the local recording. So that's probably what's happening.
Jump.
I think you probably about 2 hours, right? From the island.
Let's see, let's see, let's see, let's see. Oh, slow fuck.
And you hear his accent, right? He got that patois going on strong.
Jump.
That's how some New Orleans sound. Louisiana. Some of them sound like that too. How long it say?
Shit, looking them up now.
What it say?
It's building up now.
What part of South Carolina you live?
Shit, I live close to the border, between North Carolina and South Carolina.
What's the name of the
Dillon
town?
like right there. Like Dillon's like right there at the border.
Dillon?
Yeah. Dillon County is right there at the border. I'm 3 hours away.
Yeah, I did say 2 hours. Yeah, 2-3 hours.
Shit, that ain't far. That's like going to Sumter or Chester or Charleston.
Right, and it'll be worth it.
Shit.
It's well worth it.
Next to the Hilton here. 3 hours and 11 minutes. Hell, not like I ain't drove farther.
Exactly. Then you drive all the way to Michigan or something like that.
Shit, Indianapolis.
Hello, Moto.
Yeah. Hold on. Yeah. My cousin see him. My fault, y'all. My cousin see I'm over here, so they want me to, so they trying to see if I'm gonna come over there or not.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we can always like I said, we're gonna do a part 3 for the FB debunking FBA. I'm looking towards
Yeah,
the
cause I don't want people to get the wrong idea of what FBA was supposed to be. Cause if these crazy motherfuckers on here doing all this this unnecessary shit, then yeah, that's gonna make that shit look bad. And this is it's not supposed to be about us separating from each other. It's just it's about delineation. It was supposed to be just another way of saying Black Americans. Like just so when it's so Uncle Sam can't play no damn games when it comes to paying us. Cause they'll play that game talking about some, well, we don't know who to pay. Well, motherfucker, yes you do. Quit the bullshit. Pay Black Americans. Well, who's a Black American? You know, the original, the ones who been since the 1800s. Us, motherfucker. That's what that was supposed to be. All this other crazy shit y'all motherfuckers doing online is unnecessary. What is this nonsense? You're not separating from Africa. We're not separating from Africa. What kind of crazy shit is that? Who are you crazy motherfuckers? Probably you Moors who just bandwagoning on some shit. What shit? We gonna get on that. We gonna get on that because we gonna get on that. Cause I don't like shit like that. So we gonna get on that.
All right. So much thanks for watching, everyone, and see you next time. Another episode on Real Radio Talk, Real Voice and Radio, and we're gonna keep the Gullah Geechee podcasting going. Today we see how important it is to share that history, show little videos in real time. You know what I'm saying? That we're here, we're holding up the culture. We have no problem connecting to the continent. You know what I'm saying? And the next time we get on the Gullah Geechee podcast, I'm going to play the video where Mr. Bill Green is talking about his ancestors from Africa and how he learned how to plant the red rice and all these different things that's going to bring us back to the remembrance and the memory of who we are and where we come from. And I think the Gullah Geechees are a prime example to do that. You know what I'm saying? To present it in such a way. And they're always open for visitors and things like that. So we have to keep the culture alive. We have to be the gatekeepers and the wisdom keepers of these type of knowledges and stuff. You know, and they talk about how everybody used to stick together back in the day. If someone go fishing, they bring in fish for the whole community. We need to bring that back to remembrance because people think that we never had that. And we did have that. And we had it in abundance with no problem. You understand? So even hearing him speak like that shows that there was a time when we worked in unison. We worked in harmony with each other. We shared with each other. If you had the collard greens, I had the shrimps. If I'm cooking and you smell my pot, you come and eat. You get me? So
damn right.
I think that they're a prime example. And in the story that your mother told you about when they had the rent parties in Harlem, New York, we need to bring these stories back. You understand? Because our youth are going astray and believing stuff that's not even real, not even true. So if we come together and bring these type of things to the forefront, we can pretty much start waking people up, you know?
That part.
And we know this, and we have the information, so now we have our part in it to share it. You know, not everybody's going to get it, not everybody's going to accept it, but at least we can say that we showed them, we told them. You know, they can't say they didn't know. It'd be up to them to reject it or accept it.
As we show y'all righteousness, will y'all still do wickedness?
Exactly, that part, you know? So, yeah, I'm excited about it. I love talking about Mr. Bill Green and his wife. I love showing videos about it. I just love it because he have a lot to bring, you know, a lot to share. No, I don't eat shrimp. I don't eat pork. No, I don't eat meat that he cooks in his restaurant and stuff like that. But for the ones that do eat it or the ones that's, you know, just want to hear it for the education aspect of it.
For real, this is part of our culture. Whether we eat it or not, it's still our culture.
Still our culture, exactly. And, you know, For the meat eaters out there, they can go home and try it. You know what I'm saying? Cooking for their
For
family.
real.
Or
For
we
real.
can,
Taste your culture, man. Taste your
yeah,
culture.
instead of
Everything ain't pig. Everything ain't
exactly.
damn pig.
So instead of we using shrimp, we can use mushrooms. Some people still eat veggie chunks. Some people might want to put chickpeas in it and do it that way. You
For
know what I'm
real.
you spice it up to your liking. And if you do eat shrimp, you can do it just how he did it. You know what I mean? So
Facts.
it's just up to your preference. It's up to you and how
Honor
you.
the culture. Honor the
Mm-hmm.
culture.
Oh yeah, and he got so many stories to tell. He was invited to Colorado. They called him the animal whisperer because he just had a way with the horses and the animals, and he talked about his experience there, how he trained the dogs to do hunt the hound dogs to hunt. He got a method in how he did that. I mean, he got a wealth of knowledge in him. He's a walking storybook, a walking storybook, walking storybook. So yeah, I give thanks for everybody watching and listening. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you can be up to par on our next time we podcast, which will be next week, probably Thursday or Friday or something like that. But we definitely doing a FBA debunk part 3. Peace and love and gratitude. Be safe. Ashe. Alafia, all those blissful greetings that we use.
Yeah. Bless it, people.